Bit typical.
Oh, fun.
I hit you at press go. Hard crashed. Okay, good to know.
Ship within a ship. Ship within a ship.
Mm-hmm. Perception.
Ooh, I like the mirror brick being an option. You can't afford it, but
Okay.
Yeah, what did people think about my idea to TARDIS the fuck out the ship?
yeah, definitely.
Hardest to ship, yes.
If we can get the purple,
Yeah.
or copper, yeah, copper to demi-plane it, purple to just like make your room take up space, but you shrink as you walk into it.
That or
no.
either that or it's just expanding the inside dimensions.
I think expanding it would be easier. Being small in your own room has its disadvantages or something. Just ignore it.
Yeah.
We just make this the room of requirement. For every room.
It's a
I
good way
mean-
to hide stuff.
Yeah, I mean we keep collecting NPCs, so
Alvina does.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one. I wasn't here when you got the werewolf.
True.
I can't be the only one, Blake.
That one's yours, Ali.
That was the point.
That one's on.
The point got Jonesy.
And
You
and
risky
I tried to adopt Tarragon, but Alvina beat me to it.
Yeah.
yeah. And who also brought the guy from the mirror dimension?
You did.
Technically, that one was Chris. He found me, and he invited himself along.
There's no Chris character in this game.
Yet.
The god Chris.
God, Chris. The one above all.
The one above all is actually called Creatio.
The one above the one above all.
He's an administrator. He's a metaphysical concept that designs the multiverse. Hilariously, the beginning intro plot, because it's an ikusai and it's based on Konosuba, is he's very lazy at his job and just plays media from other worlds. So he's playing Eternal Souls 4 when the party meet him. And a fellow administrator is basically recruits a bunch of heroes to do him a favor, and it's like, hey, can you go sort out this fucked up world that this other administrator is neglecting?
Yeah, that's also the plot of So I'm a Spider, So What, essentially.
Basically, yeah.
The god gets
good.
dragged away from watching TV by a different god because they've just figured out they're not actually doing their job. And that was what the main character basically caused to happen.
Oh, nice. I should go watch that. I hear good things.
It's very, very good, yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You maybe watched it, but there's one where the guy gets sent to summoned by a god who has to prove themselves by fixing a disaster level world that's A rank or something.
Oh,
And he
Cautious
come-
Hero.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cautious Hero is also very good. There's a lot of
Couldn't
good guys.
Yeah, you've
I
also
couldn't
got that
remember the
time I
name.
was turned into a slime.
That time we recorded it, which is getting another season soon.
Oh, yeah, that one's good. I like that one.
That's awesome.
But shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons? We got everyone. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 of you.
yeah. Before we run through every isekai we know.
No, this is taking
Be a
too long.
lot.
We don't have enough time to go through
Yep.
the ones I've watched.
I've watched a lot too.
All right,
Yeah.
welcome back to another exciting episode. Before we get into any of the boring bureaucracy, let's go over and finish up for the player who wasn't here and is just stepping out of a portal to whatever chaos this is.
This is what happened last week. Go ahead.
Which is the perfect opportunity as we go around for a quick voice check. Direct your sentence as if Gwent has just stepped out and per the end of last session gone what the cutting off before we swear because this is a family friend. No, that's fucking not.
No!
Oh,
Is it? I wasn't
No.
told that.
no.
No. Assume that we're at like Deadpool levels of profanity.
Yeah.
And you're telling Gwen what the fuck happened last time. They got distracted for a couple days, and they really had to focus in. They were being partially possessed by the god of medicine to help with this. So they just lost all tracks of days. But yes, Alvina, what do you say?
Well, Alvina's first of all has tackled Abby, but in the midst of tackling Abby, she goes, "Oh yeah, we blew up the 2 dragons that appeared. Well, it's the same dragon, but both of them. We got him."
They did. Dr. Zormier, what do you say?
Ow. For some reason, I saw Junior. He shot me, and that affected the pass, so we didn't got shot. I saw Steve. And
Just leave it at that. He's great.
Who's Steve?
you know Steve.
Point knows Steve.
Yeah, you should know.
We're in that war room.
I don't know why. I'm just consistently role playing that the point has no memory of Steve.
Never remember.
It might be plot later. It might not.
Okay. It might.
It's just
It might
who?
be the point just has memory loss.
Real hit hard on the head when they crashed. I mean, they were in the ship when it crashed.
Yeah.
But they were in the war room, which seems to have disappeared from the ship. Unless it
Oh,
was
the crash was.
unless it was the cargo bay and it was just emptied out of wool when we got into that first place that stole the ship.
Not
Mhm.
done, 0 chance, actually.
I just assumed that they were effectively in the engineering bit with the engine and the library of Arcanite books and where they do all their tinkering.
Yeah.
They were taking the excuse while Zombie was out.
Yeah, you have 2 artificers, and the other artificer's like, "Oh, thank God, the other guy's gone. I can actually get space now."
Yeah.
Walks around this, they own this because it's their ship.
Yep.
Rubbing their nuts. and
Fuck you.
everything. Fuck you guys is essentially still ordering around the ink hearts and looks over to Gwen and goes, "I killed a dragon!"
They did.
And yeah,
They did.
The Lou Grim simultaneously while possessing the body of the full stop.
Oh, stop.
That hurt.
That.
And then they suddenly transform into the Dot, who says,
Ow, that hurt.
there's a weird echo that goes
We are
on.
now one. One mind, one body.
you hear both Lou and Point's voice at the same time saying, "Ow, that hurt."
Ow, that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, creepy echoes.
Grim.
And last but not least, Gwen stepping all out, hearing all this, seeing a massive crater, the remnants of a crater of soot and explosive debris. All of the Nagpas are currently unconscious. They look to have been knocked out, and there are not 1 but 2 dead CR30 time dragons. And you don't remember the last couple days because you're just coming out of a fugue state. What do you say?
Where the fuck are the 2 of them?
Of course, Alvin is very much
Yeah,
in
we
ash,
know.
but only from the front.
Yes.
I saved them. Thumbs up, people.
Yeah. So Abby's being swung around.
You did. You don't remember much of how you did it. You were effectively possessed by the knowledge of beings greater and more knowledgeable than you. But you did it.
Put her down.
Fancy plan.
She just come out. Put her down, you idiot.
I told you could do it.
It's okay. We all almost came back from the dead already now, so I think we all feel the same as Abby does right now.
If I
think
get
Abby
it
has-
done, you
It's
did
probably a
it.
lot healthier than a lot of us right now.
Maybe.
While you're all watching the tear in the chrono demi plane that was created, for a second there's a strange static that washes over Gwent. Before it's almost like they just ever so slightly shift positions, just by like a centimeter or 2. But it's very strange, staggering effect. While you all observe this, Gwen, you experience something entirely different. As for you, you are immediately, as time slows down around you, you are sucked back into the demiplane.
Nope.
That's very
Nope.
Gwen.
Oh shit.
Very glad. And to the outside world, it's entirely slowed down. You can see Abigail just mid-swing. Everything is going at a crawl. In practically milliseconds are passing by outside. The temporal flux seems to have shifted a little. But as you do so, you turn and find a very, I'm assuming, familiar figure. As you see older Gwent.
Ooh.
It's old man Gwen.
It's not old man Gwen, it's older Gwen.
It's old man Gwen.
It's only been a week, but it's got like a 3-foot long beard.
Yep.
How do you imagine your older, more battle-hardened version of yourself looks?
Honestly, kind of the long Gandalf beard kind of works.
Yeah.
Like a lot more scars on the back, none on the
Yeah.
front. Still clean.
Leg muscles like tree trunks.
Like fine muscles for days.
Yeah.
You see, he kind of observes you. He doesn't immediately go to talk as he carefully makes his way around the workstation where you can still see the remnants of the True Resurrection plant that you had to use to save Abigail. And you can hear him kind of muttering under his breath as he glances towards you. We had such hopes for this plant.
I make it to old age. This is amazing.
I'm only 10 years older.
What
What do you mean old age?
You have a long, hard life.
Do you not have a mirror? Look at you.
Better than the rest of the party.
They're still alive? All of them?
Well, I can't actually tell you unless you want another dragon to show up.
Would I still be in here?
Well, the dragon would be in here.
Well then, shut your business.
Man, shut up.
How
Is
do
there
you
anything
feel?
You can tell me.
No, but there's something you can tell me.
Okay.
How do you feel about giving up your chance? Is Abigail worth it?
No. She's not. But I had to. I had no choice.
You could have ran. You could have outpaced the rest of the group. Alvina's fast, she's not that fast. Not compared to us.
Yeah, but you can't outrun your reflection in the mirror, unfortunately. I mean, as much as you try, sure you know.
Oh, yes. Sorry, there's been a lot of mirror creatures over the years.
Looks around for a dragon. Hmm? Hmm?
That's fine, as long as I stay light on the details.
Ooh, something to look for. Oh god, we're gonna have to see all the points room. So many mirrors. Oh,
Yes.
God.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Once you get some wards on your ship, you'll be fine.
Okay.
At least until they
Okay.
break, which they are surprisingly fragile.
Yeah, of course they will.
Yeah.
Nothing lasts forever. But we
What are you going
survive?
to? I mean, I hope so. Looks down at himself. He's not quite sure. I mean, this all could just be an illusion in your head.
Turns out.
Could be an illusion in my head. I just hit it
Turns out-
pretty hard a second ago.
Turns out this is zombie Gwen.
You could be one of these aspects that the others all seem to see. Who knows?
You've seen one now.
Has he though?
So what did you come here for? Just to tell me I made a mistake? I knew that. You didn't have to
No.
come.
To remind myself.
Of your mistake, or
No,
Of what
just
a-
what a little.
handsome, handsome for guy you were.
How much of a coward I was.
Kept you alive.
It did. So what are you going to
Are
do
we going to
next?
change?
No. It's kept us alive.
You crazy?
Ah,
What are we going to do next? I assume I'm never going to get the ship alone long enough to take it.
Not until you get a strange form of Stockholm syndrome, anyway. There's one or two moments we foolishly decide to not. Probably should have in hindsight, but hey, you don't have that yet, so good luck.
Is there anything you can tell me about what's the best path? One coward to another.
Help the pillars. You need to realize the avatars. They're the universe's best chance. But don't trust them completely. They have their own agendas. They're not your friends.
I mean, why would I? I don't trust these people who sleep next door to us. What am I going to trust? a pillar.
Unfortunately, Ted's currently warding off the rest of the dragon fleet. Long enough for me to give you this. And he pulls out what looks to be a nearly full mature plant of true resurrection.
Before I touch this isn't going to be like another dragon thing in a couple of days or nothing.
No, but there is a catch.
Ooh, what's the catch?
This one is not fully mature yet. It's nearly there.
Okay.
Its power's getting there, but it needs 3 more years.
Okay. Is it something I need to keep with me or on me?
That's up for you to decide. You don't have to keep it on you, but I'd make sure you keep it with someone you trust. It's very important this plant doesn't get destroyed. Well, I guess it's not too important. If we want our wish, it's important.
Which of our wishes, the good one or the bad one?
That's a matter of perspective, isn't it? But 3 years, you help the pillars. Otherwise, Ted can't keep the dragons at bay. I can't keep this plant in the past. 3 years. If the gods don't destroy the pillars, or the primordials, or the ultim, they're all starting to get wind of them soon enough. And none of them want to be challenged. Eventually there'll come a moment where they'll unite against them. You have to make sure the pillars are strong enough to withstand all 3 factions. Weaken the factions as much as you can. 3 years, this will be at maturity. And you'll get your wish.
Even though it's selfish.
Hey, personally, 3 years of that hellscape? Fucking deserved it. Fucking earned that shit.
Okay. Okay. Support the pillars. Make them strong. Oh, God, we have to do stuff. Okay.
A lot of stuff.
Give me the plant.
You had
Shave the
no real
beard.
plan to.
You look stupid.
What?
Wow. It makes me look regal.
No.
Gwent makes mental note. Do not grow beard.
It does not suit.
Beard equal bad.
You've had 10 years to like refine it as well.
Yeah, but the arrogance of youth.
The arrogance of you.
Turns out the dragons come back because you decided not to grow a beard.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you have to
that'd
now.
be a twist.
Oh, it's a paradox.
Oh.
And we don't like paradoxes.
But with that, he turns and the world flickers as you're ejected from the demi-plane, returned to your original position as far as you can tell, with the plant safely tucked away in your satchel or bag or whatever the hell you have to carry shit. And I will leave it up to you if you want to reveal to the other characters that you have this, if you've had this encounter. It's not really, it's a Gwent personal storyline thing, so it's up
I
to you.
mean, I imagine Gwen having like panniers, like side bag.
Saddlebag.
Yeah, kind of
Oh,
like
the
saddlebag.
saddlebags.
Yeah, saddlebags like you get on like horses and
Yeah.
motorbikes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But with that,
Can
the
you imagine if
tear
it's over his back.
turns, vanishes behind you. Yeah, that was actually the exit of the damn cave. One second.
Goddamn
Just gonna pop this
cowards.
over here.
Okay.
And yeah,
Quick, move the exit.
There's nothing else in this.
I mean, we've also got the other one down here as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I just forgot to draw the northern one.
And the giant hole in the ceiling as well.
There's no hole in this ceiling. There's the
We
yellow
didn't-
hole in the side.
We
Oh,
didn't
glad to hear.
We didn't actually break through the layer of rock with the bomb.
Oh, because I thought like Gwent and Alvina broke through the ceiling of this to get in here.
That was
No,
in the
in,
future.
uh,
We
yeah.
went in the
Further down this
future,
way.
the hole in the ceiling in the future, and then spawned in.
Right, gotcha.
After the crystal blew up.
Yeah, the crystal has a slightly bigger magnitude than even the bomb you use when it goes off.
Yeah.
Because there's a shit ton of arcanite there.
Yeah, that's probably
Chick-
why I had the hole in the ceiling in my head then.
Mm.
Yeah. It was an easy one mistake.
But yes, as you're all coming to, Darkseid does arrive to start taking control of the scene. You're not taken captive or anything. Everyone kind of stands down in his presence. As his first line is probably to go to Damien and just give him a hug.
Yeah.
To be
He's
honest,
quite attentive fella.
I thought you was going to say go over to him and just give him a slap around the face or something. But
That's later.
Yeah, he'll come over to you, clear a whole situation up. You pretty much figured out everything. This is Bastion's biggest secret. This is how they're preventing monsters from finding where they are. The Nagpas do work for Darkseid.
Cool. They weren't lying. Good to know.
do any of these Nagpas look like the one that was on the train?
One of them would, yeah, because it is one of the Nagpas.
One of them. It's that one. It's that one.
Fuck you, or wave at them.
They're unconscious.
Oh, when
Yeah, they'll start.
when they come back to consciousness, I'm assuming all the ink hearts are going around like with healing potions or something with them.
Yeah, especially because these ink hearts are stationed at this base. They aren't privy to all of the actual like details, but they're privy to the fact that Nagpas are on their side and they're working on a secret project. They managed to keep this information very compartmentalized, especially since one of their enemies is literally mind flayers and beholders who can extract information if they get captured.
I mean, it could be that as they exit, there's a modified memory spell cast on them, so they actually don't remember it.
Yeah, Doctor Who moment.
That's probably more a procedural thing if they get taken off this shift.
Yeah.
The Anthropometics division.
I also think there's ways that you can actually bypass a modified memory spell.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
This side of things could definitely do.
To be fair, a lot of them to be an Inkheart agent goes through a lot of psychological training. But yes, one of the things that Darkseid and the Nagpas do effectively extort out of you a little bit in order to kind of, well, hand wave the fact that you kind of came in here unauthorized. You'll point out that you.
We were literally doing the thing you
Yeah,
told us to do to save Damien.
And the guard let us in.
Yeah, so as you mentioned that, it'll be like
Nothing illegal about it.
like you could have still at least checked with me first if you could enter this area. I could have searched it.
I mean,
There was
technically, we
very
didn't
procedure.
know how much time we had because we were jumping back and forth between now and the future.
But I'll let you off on the condition that we get to keep one of these dragon corpses.
I mean, that one. Yeah, this one's mine.
Yeah.
There's
Gross
the deal.
together.
Fair enough. Yep,
Oh,
Is that-
shit.
I'm
is that-
fine with that.
honestly, yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine.
Shit, he's claimed it. You can't take it even if you try.
Even if you wanted.
Boy,
Yeah.
boys.
I'll set Nagpa where their staff is.
He's growling and you're hiding behind your back.
No, he's just
Can't reach the side,
he's
I
just-
imagine, but you're still gonna
no. He's just blatantly standing with it held in his hand.
Oh,
Ah.
Into toothpicks.
Well, actually, I think we actually might need stats for that stuff.
Yeah, if it's got any special properties on it, yeah.
I don't think we're getting rid of that, regardless of if we manage to make the deal.
I actually don't know if a Nagpa staff is like a thing. Like, I'll give it properties if it doesn't have any, but I actually don't know if they can just do spellcasting. It doesn't actually say if there's anything special about their staff.
I mean,
So I don't
they might have
think
like a staff of snakes or whatever it is, or something like that. But
Yeah, some of them
if
might,
it's just like a foci, then it's just a foci.
Yeah, but Fokai is boring. Come on, man. You just stole a Nagpa staff again.
Yeah. It's
Turns
like
out it's a
18
staff of placebo effects. Whatever you believe it can do, it can do.
There's a bunch of magical staffs that are like at level rare. It's probably one of those.
Yeah, I'll
So
check
there's
later.
some Really.
What's a good Nagpa
Mhm.
staff equivalent, and you can have that. We'll do that for bookkeeping later.
Okay.
But the Nagpa will protest, but Darkseid waves them down because it's not worth fighting you over this.
He's dealt with this one before. Not worth
You'll
it.
just get a different staff.
Get you a new
It's
one.
just a staff.
It's not like it's legendary or an artifact.
Yeah.
We'll get you another stick.
But Darkseid does offer you what limited artificery help they have. They do have a little bit of it, particularly Darkseid, because he's very old. Although he focused more on a sub-discipline regarding soul technology.
I do have an idea, which may require a trade from you. It may help. It might be able to be accomplished. I don't know. It will maybe require some of the dragon parts as well to accomplish it.
It's your
But-
dragon. What do you want?
Oh, I'm meaning for you. I didn't have the necessary Arcanites to do this, so I kind of subverted it with some was it Platinum Arcanite to control stuff. I think I have a possible theory of how to transmute some of the cursed Arcanite into maybe more of the cursed rock into something more of a boon. It will require a complex amount of Arcanites to transmute it from the property of cursing to boon and reconstitute it from minute particles into actual crystal. And the time dragon crystals might be able to hasten the process a little bit, but not too much, because I think it might attract some attention from the dragons if we subvert time too much. But it may be a process to actually make a less some kind of reverse of the crystal you have there, so you can maybe, if say someone dies again and the vicinity when that shielding's down, you could probably purge them, or maybe turn the crystals into something more of a boon, or something to even amplify and help improve the crystal. But it will require somewhat of a trade for the materials, so I can do this with more circuitry rather than subverting reality.
Here, what they have there is very complicated artificery, by the way. Like, it's not what they've got set up is very sophisticated from what Zormir can see. It's not exactly like it's just an amateur construction.
But it's sort of like it's essentially grinding it down to powder and sort of magicking it, then putting it through the little bead of Arcanite that I have.
What are you grinding down?
Like part of the crystal with black
Right.
Arcanite.
But wouldn't that weaken they would weaken the field effect because of that? Because that's proportional to the size of the crystal.
Yeah, I think they're banking on keeping the crystal as the crystal.
Yeah, to clarify, the only reason the anti-monster field works is because of the curse crystal. And because it is giving out curse energy. Anything to weaken that effect, while it would no doubt have benefits for the Noids, would impact the barrier.
Which would probably kill all the Noids.
Yeah, it's not like a lack of consideration on their part that this is possible. It's a fact they're playing with nuclear energy right now, and they're sacrificing potential risks if something goes wrong for the output it's able to provide.
So they haven't got another source of curse crystal somewhere. If they had another source of curse crystal somewhere, they could maybe presumably do what I was saying of converting curse crystal into a boon crystal, or
if they have more supply, Darkseid doesn't seem to have a problem telling you a little bit more information now that you've already kind of the cat's out of the bag anyway. But this cursed crystal, they have actually accidentally manufactured it themselves at the cost of the Nagpa's humanoidness. And it's not something they want to risk experimenting with to duplicate the effect that happened all those eons ago. Well, maybe not eons, all those it has been a couple centuries though.
At least decades.
Oh no, these Nagpas are a couple hundred years old. If you're able to find more while you're out there, it technically naturally forms, but it naturally forms in catastrophic misfortune events. Similar to how Arcanite is formed when like in an environment that meets their kind of theme. So you'll find red Arcanite mostly forms in like fiery environments because it's empowered. Blue Arcanite normally forms in cold tundras because it prevents concentration and dispels magic. Brown Arcanite deep under the earth where it's very highly pressurized. And also this crystal isn't technically Arcanite. It seems to share a familial descendant tree, but it's specifically not an arcane foci. But from what they can determine, there has been stories and legends throughout the multiverse, or at least the universe here, of Doom Knight occasionally forming whenever there has been a massive event of misfortune. It then propagates that misfortune forward as if it is effectively cursed. But it appears to be a natural curse of such like a disaster that forms it. And the fact that Gwen is aware of it, and the fact that they have small samples of it being used in elsewhere, does suggest that it does appear elsewhere in the cosmos. It's just quite rare.
Gwen found
I assume it was Gwen's bed.
Gwen found some when he met us.
Had some stuck in the hoof.
Yeah.
Never gone. Still there.
But yeah, they're not willing to damage the crystal they currently have, as it has a square footage effect. So even taking a little bit off it would wipe out a field in the entire like a certain area. If anything, especially with their population expanding, they're actually struggling for space a little bit.
They want more if they can get it, but they don't want.
Yeah, if you bring back more, they can add on to it and harness for like mini little outposts and stuff. They'd be all for that. But they do offer you access to some within reason of their stores of Arcanite, because they do have Arcanite stores. They're highly restricted, obviously used only for government projects. but they are willing to allow you access to some of it for the construction of any magic items you want to make from the dragon's corpse.
Hmm. I'm still thinking if there's anything that would benefit them for the small minuscule bit of what was it? Actual platinum? Is it Darkonite that subverts reality?
That's platinum.
It's
Do we have any platinum
platinum?
left? I thought you used it.
Yeah, I've got a tiny bead that's basically allowing me to control what energy type my weapon has. But
Oh.
basically because that if I could do it with other Arkanites through circuitry and well,
And
like
you wouldn't have
Arkanites,
to bend reality. You've got.
I wouldn't have to
those.
bend reality, and
Yeah.
they could probably use bending reality for
Something.
minuscule bit that it could do. Could
Oh,
benefit
don't-
the.
I don't think it would
benefit-
be enough. Like we're talking like like a common effect that could probably be duplicated by a higher powered Arcanite.
All right. So I
Um,
could probably use. I'd be better off keeping it and maybe subverting it in a different way using.
Yeah,
Something ours later.
because it's too small to be like a world changing effect. It's only really a personal effect at most for how small it is.
That was the main reason I was thinking of the
That's
whole sort of Doom Knight conversion to Bliss or Boon Knight. Something.
But before we get into the actual mechanical breakdown of what this dragon allows you to do, because it's a legendary resource. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with Darkside or do here? Anything you want to talk about with the Nagpas or Millie and Damon are having a sweet reunion moment. And then like 10 minutes later they start shouting at each other
Yeah. Do it.
because they're punk teenagers. Well, they're like early 20s, but same thing.
Pretty much. Still
Practically.
Young'uns!
Youngins!
Youth.
You can't talk.
I'm late 20s, thank you very much.
Dirty youth.
They have a very melodramatic relationship.
Like worth if we're still planning on recruiting these guys for the void ship.
Suicide mission.
Yeah, might be worth bringing that up to them now, given their last attempts to have an impact nearly destroyed everything.
Really killed everyone.
I mean, the whole thing of employing them onto the void ship was to get them found for Darkside.
I think we were also going like, if you wanna, let's
Yeah.
bring them to Millie.
Mhm.
It's the fact that they're still pushing for more aggressive action from the rebellion. They don't want to just passively hide in their cave.
They're gonna do something else if we don't. Is the
Yeah.
main.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this was a nice like ventilation of getting them to go do something that you actually needed people to staff the ship for.
Yeah.
And that other citizens probably aren't as likely to do it, even with their limited paladin powers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we've got the like random bunch of adventurers on board. We've got the the Goliath man. That Alvin is like, hey, do you want to come along? When
Who
we're
will be
going
your
up the
shopkeeper?
shopkeeper.
Nice.
Yeah,
I guess he'll be your like junk barterer because he really likes to barter and trade.
Yeah.
He's your specialty shopkeeper.
Yeah, Alvina will. She's still carrying Abby, by the way. She's not letting her go for the rest of the day.
Basically, I'll talk to
Me and
Darkside
Damon
and
are having the argument.
I'm gonna talk to Darkside about not arresting these people and maybe having them put to use and the void ship.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but
he's
say-
fully
And
on
you
board
can
with that.
ask
Yes.
Obviously he's reluctant to let Damien go, but also you can see that he's, especially with Zormir's insight, you recognize that he recognizes the fact that Damien is coming into his own. He wants to be proactive. There's a little bit too much of his old man in him.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you can actually see with probably a decent like enough persuasion check, he might be willing to let Damien go. Although he will probably fret and make sure like constantly be checking in.
Well,
So
keep
expect
an
a
eye on
lot of sending messages, just constantly asking if Damien's okay and if he's doing all right.
him. We'll keep an eye on him. If he wants to, he might not want to. He probably will. But
Oh yeah, it's clear that while Millie is very good at leading the group, it's actually Damien who is the leader.
yeah,
Millie is the second in charge.
yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do the persuasion. Come on. Who wants to do the persuasion? Because I don't. I want to
Wait,
give you assist,
what's
but I
your
can't.
Fine.
persuasion there?
Well,
I'm
to let-
+8.
Uh,
To have Darkseid's blessing to let Damien go on the starship.
It'd be nice to
Well,
have his
but
blessing.
nine.
He's probably going to come anyway, but we want his blessing.
It's been more than 10 minutes since the fight, right?
Oh yeah. This is like in the 20-30 minutes aftermath.
Okay. So my paladin power to boost persuasion doesn't work anymore.
it'll either be
What's your
your.
persuasion? Fuck you.
fuck yous is +7, so.
Looks like it's me.
I think I've got something to boost charisma for a second.
You can add your charisma to your weapon.
Hmm.
Is it enhanced ability?
No, I think I've
That's
got like an item or something.
Okay.
Oh, you have something for deception, don't you?
Oh, is it deception? I thought it was
I
persuasion.
think you had. I thought you had a deception item. I can't remember what, but didn't you get it from the junk girl? That the goblin that you were flirting with?
Possibly.
Oh, I'll enhance your. Come on, you seem to be doing very well at guiding people through this and ability.
Enhance ability on the fight. You
On
got this.
Fine.
Stick some guidance on you as well.
Okay, so what am I actually rolling here? Is it with advantage or...
I think
Yeah, I'll give you advantage. You've just killed 2 CR30s. He's feeling slightly more like you might be able to activate them.
and have a bardic inspo as well. Fuck you,
Yeah, we're
just
just
sit
gonna
there.
stack it.
Let's see if I need it.
Come on, you've got the words in there.
Nat 20,
Okay.
we'll get like nat 20, we'll get there.
Not nat 20, but let's see. So it's a
26,
D10 bardic inspo,
Almost.
Yep.
D10, and a D4 from.
Gwen.
D4 guidance.
Yep.
Like I said, 14.
So it's
Say-
35.
35.
Go on, let's see.
And total.
36.
36. This
That's pretty persuasive.
it'd be a good learning experience for him.
It's better he come with us lot who are capable than go and do something on his own.
Actually, yeah, I probably would start with the. Yeah, last time you left him on his own, he nearly blew up everything. Let him come with us.
You will blow
We
up
can
a little
We can
things.
show him how to follow through.
Yeah.
mean-
We give no attack to commit the crimes.
by himself, he nearly blew up everything. If he comes with us, he'll definitely blow up everything.
Yeah.
We'll teach him to recognize what to blow up and how much damage it will cause.
We didn't die
We barely
to
know
these
what
2
to blow up.
dragons. We're still
Hey,
picking somehow.
hey, everything we've blown up has ended up going well. Barely, but it has ended up going well.
Ass fuck you in the point, blowing holes in walls.
I've not done that for ages.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I
anything.
blew
Yeah,
the
but
hole
you
in the
haven't
last
done
wall.
it.
Yeah, I
Oh.
blew the hole in the last wall.
Sorry,
Yeah,
fine.
I mean,
yeah,
even
my bomb was a bluff. It wasn't real. Like it's over
Even-
there. You can go and try and blow
Yeah, I
it up.
was meaning like Mellie's walls.
Yeah, that was Alvina.
Yeah, that's
No,
still
I
Alvina.
mean-
I thought it was fuck you
Alvina
in
put
the
a
point,
bed
sorry.
through the wall.
No, I was
Yeah,
going to
never
blow a
Take
hole
property
through the
damage.
wall.
I mean, even the chaotic little goblin took charge there when everyone was on the floor and kept everything going.
We act
Didn't
like
nick
we're-
everything.
we act
So,
like we're-
as far as you know.
Shut up! We're trying to convince him.
The staff right there.
Like with stuff, someone's wallet just falls out of your pocket. You don't know whose.
at
You just
least,
pickpocket someone on
yeah.
the way past.
At least 3 people's left shoe.
Yeah.
It's,
Just the left ones.
Yeah.
Just that one.
it's,
Someone's right sock, not
Yeah.
their shoe.
it's Alvina's decoy purse that fell out. Alvina's got like half a dozen actual purses for keeping her coins, just to confuse the fuck out of fuck you.
It's just
But
a
they're all
purse
full of
filled with
snacks.
leave.
Alvina's are all full of
leaves.
snacks.
Yeah.
Like this,
Just
shit,
go-
they open that purse, and it's a candy apple.
And then
It's a bag of holding, but only apple sized.
Yeah, only one apple size.
and that's why fuck you and Alvina get on so well, because he just returns it and says, "Look what I got you, Alvina."
Ah, thank you.
I'll put this in my apple
I'll put
pocket.
my apple bag. Yeah.
Not sponsored.
Not at all.
Darkseid relents and agrees with the group. Still slightly reluctantly, but he recognizes the wisdom in your words. The point.
Yay.
Gonna have to make a Damon and Millie mini now. Do that later. That'll be fun.
I might try and make one.
I mean-
making a punk.
I could try making a Millie one. I think
Yeah.
Millie would be fun.
In my head, Millie just looks like one of the Hex girls.
Honestly,
Yeah.
my mental picture is Thorn from the Hex Girls specifically, like the front girl.
Yeah.
That genuinely is what I've been thinking of her as.
They're gonna be your probably main contacts when you're docked at the fire ship. Firestar. Anyway, get the name of the damn star.
Starfire ship.
Starfire. Not Firestar. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to finish up in this scene before we head into the intermission part of today's episode? Oh yeah. Hi, for those watching, it's episode 90, intermission 3. Welcome.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's the shopping episode.
Yay!
Oh.
I think the last one is literally us just asking Millie and Damien, which kind of entirely done offside because they don't think they
I-
can roll much.
I will also say to Darkseid, get a hold of Warden back in the Scraplands and go
Garwood.
Jarwood and look for an antimatter rifle in the location where we were. We don't want
It's
something
been
like.
nicked. It's been months.
See if
Yeah.
there's something like
Yeah.
there. We don't want. If it does exist still there, we don't want enemies getting technology of antimatter rifles.
There's just a
Some
swamp raider
paladins
somewhere who's
still
like
getting
incorporated into their decorations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a special boss if you go back to the starting area.
With a gun.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
being used to prop up.
To be
like,
fair, it's
side-
broken. They don't have the technology to repair it.
Yeah.
It's being used as a prop for like a half of a tent for some random like hobbit. that
Ooh, or
lives
like a
in-
staff. It probably looks fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Fu-
more
fuck you.
just in case it's there.
Fuck you's gonna say to Darkseid. So, as far as we know, in about a week, something might happen that causes you to evacuate the whole of Bastion. That might not happen now, but we don't know.
Just
Think
as
it-
a heads up.
Yeah, I think it was these guys
This thing being
with
blown up.
this.
Maybe we.
Good odds.
It could still happen though.
Yeah. Also,
Find out who's got a macaroni.
should I not
picture.
should I not mention the other thing?
What other
Because
thing?
that would be a paradox.
What other thing?
I'll whisper to fuck you. The mountain with the lava, you know, the outpost being put up there.
I have no
Probably not a
memory of
good
this.
idea, right? I'll probably summon another dragon.
I mean, we can be vague as long as we don't say exactly what happened.
Yeah, bring that up point in a way that'll make it not obvious.
So
Right, DM just has to
Darkseid-
repair another dragon.
So
Yeah.
when we were in Iron Core, they were talking about expansion. We're in a mountain; they might expand in this direction. That is all.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
all
say
we
more.
can say without
Yes.
possibly summoning another one.
See,
Uh,
I'll keep it under consideration.
Oh yeah, and they may have got an idea of
I'm just
Making
gonna be just bonk Zolmir on the back of his
Just
head.
look.
Very
Let's
subtly.
not tell him that we've been helping the enemies.
Bang! Just a clang on the side of your arm.
they might have some new kind of
That's what
technology
I'm doing, yeah.
as far as we've seen. Shut up!
Yeah,
Ow!
they were experimenting with stuff. We don't know how they got that tech.
It's like before Zolmir blitzed it all out. Bam! Titty punch.
Ow! Shut! Quit it!
What do you mean? I didn't do anything.
I'm like, I'm gonna doff my armor and look at me. I'm bloody. Question for the DM.
Dragon attack.
Since I was rewound, and beyond the point of when I sustained injuries from Junior, do I now have both limbs back and I'm standing fully me, but bloody as all hell?
Or just keeling over.
I mean, that would make sense. It does revert your body.
You
Would
grew
you like
your
to?
arm- You grew your arm and leg back. It could be.
Yeah.
Just standing there with the armor off, going, "What?
Weren't you missing that arm and
What
that
the-
leg?
Wow, your prosthetic looks really impressive.
So
Oh,
you're fine. You even grew back your limbs.
what the hell did that dragon do to me?"
Maybe
Gave you a
it's
new
No,
arm
I'm
and
not
leg.
sure.
Give you an arm and a leg.
No, no wonder I feel a
I'd say
I
bit.
guess it's.
Fix you, but it seems quite rude.
I guess it's the opposite of cost you an arm. Like they paid you an arm and a leg.
I may be a bit bloody, but I feel a little less creaky than I used to.
You're not off balance anymore.
But at least a
Hmm.
little heavier, and arms and a
That's
leg worth.
Royals now.
Yeah, one arm and one leg.
You're gonna have to redesign the entire armor to account for it.
No, the armor just adapts to. So that's why I didn't even notice.
You
But
now
the
have to wear both
armor
of your
adapt-
shoes.
Okay.
You have
let-
to buy more
Yeah,
shoes.
So good luck
And
finding
more
a left
socks.
shoe.
I don't wear shoes and socks. Armor morphs around me.
Also,
Oh
do you
yeah,
have
do
food?
you have hooves? Yeah.
You do have hooves.
Yes.
You do.
Yeah, well, technically
Actually,
there's
that-
two.
Why Why would cowmen wear shoes?
I mean, horses wear
Hey,
shoes.
That's
horsemen
part of
wear
a joke.
shoes.
Men wear shoes. Cows don't.
Horsemen wear shoes. See, Gwent's got shoes on. He's got hooves.
Everyone looks
Gwen
at
have
Gwen.
boots
Do
of
they?
spider climb.
No,
Yeah.
he's got horseshoes of speed. He's specifically got
Yeah.
horseshoes on.
But
Yeah,
in
there's no shoes
fairness,
there.
they look like Air Jordans.
Okay, I'm putting this back on and doff the armor back on.
Because you feel naked without it.
That's
I mean,
Weird.
does he look
interesting
creative
to
with
find
arms?
out.
Congratulations, Zombie, for getting your arm and leg back. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
but isn't-
Congrats.
Uh,
you have to like relearn how to use your arm and leg again.
no,
No, he's
because
got a
I've been
prosthetic.
doing it the whole time.
He's got a prosthetic. But it won't be too far off.
And my armor naturally took over for that. Okay. Enough talking about me having my arm and leg back. Let's get back to the point at hand. We're going.
The point's over
what do we
there.
do?
Yeah.
Point, do you have hands?
I think so. I've not grown any more.
What's our
Did
next?
anyone else grow any limbs back?
No.
I think we're missing a few limbs for Lou. What are we going to do with them? Them sharing the same body as Point all the time is not going to be very efficient.
I have an idea.
What?
You make him a new body.
Do you know how long that takes to make a
20 minutes.
fully?
One action if you got the spell.
I've got an idea. We can sacrifice Randy and use Randy's body.
What?
Alvina's literally looking like, that's not the worst idea.
Why are you trying to sacrifice my recovery bot?
Because Randy sucks, Sormir. I hate
It's
to
a
tell
body
you this,
we've
but
got.
Randy sucks.
Also, did
He's
we
killed.
know that Randy tried to murder Lou? I think we did.
I've got Randy working on some stuff at the moment. Be shame to throw that away.
I mean, he
I
gained
mean,
sentience
would
and
it-
skills.
Oh yeah. Also, did Randy kind of stand over Lou's bed with a battle axe at one point?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. He told us. Lou told us that.
Who told you?
I must have forgot being beaten about the head by a dragon. I thought.
You did just grow an arm and leg back. I think you've got some memory loss might be the penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, blaming the
That's right.
dragon for
Avina,
for it seems a bit.
we have established that if we ever need to deal with your dragon's bombs as an effective measure, but please don't let your dragons get to that stage of how those things are.
Oh, those ones were completely crazy. My
Keep-
dragons will never get like that.
Yes, keep them away from time crystals. You ever
Well,
feed
they're
them
not
time crystals? I'm
they're
just.
dead dragons. It might be a different word.
Yes, but if you ever feed them time crystals, I'm going to disown you and make sure that you never.
You can't disown.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm
Wait,
disowning you
so-
and sending you
wait,
Is
somewhere
Sylvina
else.
is Sylvina your daughter?
Did
No.
Have we not
yeah,
come
did
across
Zorba
this?
secretly adopt us and just never told us?
No, I've adopted.
God, is that what we signed when we came on the ship?
Yes,
Are you-
legal waiver. You
No,
are
that
now.
was your last will and testament. Go ahead.
Like, Papa Zormir? Is this what we have to call you?
You probably didn't sign anything.
You think I
No,
signed with
no.
my real name?
No,
No.
I know what you signed. And
What is your
even
real name?
And just walks away.
Exactly.
He's the immortal one.
I
Oh,
don't
no.
think I don't think lampshade counts, you little shit. But luckily, the thumbprint was enough to get you legally.
Wait, what?
Wasn't his thumb. That wasn't his thumb.
Is fuck you about to chop off his thumb?
No, he chopped off someone else's thumb, and that's what he signed with.
He just needed him to hold the paper. That's all he got him with the contract for there.
He's wearing gloves.
Fake hands.
Fake hands.
Big hands.
It was actually
He's
someone
been
else's
called
arms he
before.
helped me with.
But yeah, back to the ship then.
Yep. I guess we're also Alvina's gonna be organized people to tow the dragon back with her, I guess.
You're actually being offered the facilities for the headquarters to speed up the creation of any items, as you have been informed the starship is. Let's start cut that Firestar.
Firestar.
Come on,
Firestar.
come on, Firestar, Chris, you got this.
You can call
Come
it
on,
a starship,
dear.
To be honest, it sorta is a starship as well.
Yeah.
It is. But the Firestar is prepped and ready to go at an undisclosed location that you will be directed towards with your ship, because they're not going to launch it directly next to the docks
Yeah.
for obvious
No.
reasons.
It
I
is
mean,
obvious.
I mean, you would have seen fuck you jabbing a couple of rings at the time dragon before leaving as well, because he's got the 2 rings of amber crystals, which are the storing ones, I believe.
Yeah, you got to.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he,
But for like small items, yeah.
yeah, small items couldn't fit a colossal.
Just trying.
Yeah, he just trying. Yeah.
Like, go on, it's Pokeball. Get it. Get it.
Chunk.
I have an
Chunk of the
idea. I mean,
dragon
that's what it
comes
works,
off.
right? It's a fainted Pokemon.
Yeah.
Did you manage to get like a tooth or something? Just like weird time dragon tooth?
You
Maybe.
get one
Thank people with
singular
later.
scale.
Maybe. That's up to Chris.
I actually have an idea for a magic item that would be insanely helpful for Alvina.
Let's find out what we can do with the quality ingredients.
Mhm.
Says 3
Helmet of
legendary quality
intelligence.
worth of magic items.
Okay.
So who are we building legendary items for? And
I have
What?
one that I want to run by Chris, because this is the one way I can see this actually happening. Could I have a pair of gloves that can basically turn 2 items into 1 singular attunement slot?
Have I made... Actually, give me 1 second. I just need to quickly do something in the background.
I mean, combining items was a thing when we played Arcanet.
Well,
Yeah.
It'll be one that she can have her 2 weapons and them not take up 2 of her attunement slots
Yeah.
to have her normal weapons, is the main bit.
well, you do have an
Fair.
artificer who knows how to expand his attunement slots.
True, true. But to clarify, that's not just 3 legendary weapons. It's 3 legendary quality worth of magic items. So let me explain that first, and then you can decide. There is one other thing I had a thought for, but I don't know. It could be a good reward, but I don't know if it's as satisfying as having multiple magic items. So I'm going to leave this up to the players. But either you can have 3 legendary quality worth of magic items, and this means you can have either 3 legendaries, or you could have 6 very rares, etc. as if you're buying magic items.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a 50 fucking common items or something. I don't know.
You're
How
gonna
it's
make a lot of random crap.
random upgrades. I don't know. I feel like past the level where there aren't that many uncommon magic items you need. But hey, you could all get Bag of Holding, for example.
I was going to say, I was going to try and make sending stones for all of us.
That'll be good. And personally, I think you should probably go with that option because it just gives everyone a little bit extra stuff. But the other option, and might show up again later if you were to kill another CR30 dragon, is you could make a dragon scale hull for the ship. It would give the ship resistances to certain damage types, or immunities to certain damage types, depending on the dragon.
The dragon. Yeah.
Um,
I would say that's a great one for
Yeah.
keep in mind. I think for these ones we kind of need a couple upgrades because we're about to go into big
Yeah.
zone. But that is a really good thing to keep in the back pocket for remembering.
So yeah, that was also my thinking. But there you go. It gives you an incentive. If you go kill a gargantuan dragon, in the future, you could get its scales and design and basically put armor on the ship. So you might want to hunt down a particular the dragon. Obviously, you would be able to have multiple, so it'd either be like a red dragon hull or a blue dragon hull. You would be able to incorporate both. It would diminish the effect too much.
Yeah, you can't match scales.
Yeah, you can't have like half the scales be one, half the others. Unfortunately, it wouldn't provide the same benefits as the full. Which when it's just like resistance and immunities, there's not really a weakened version of those.
Yeah.
But there are hybrid dragons, so you might find a dragon that has like the two resistances you really want if you want fire and cold. But anyway, so yeah. Otherwise, you get 3 legendaries worth off it. You can kind of break them down because generally the magic item's power will directly correlate with the size of the items, or the size of the resources being used. So a legendary will take up more resources than just making a very rare item would.
Yeah. Limit of magic, basically.
So I think that breaks down. Obviously, I normally do it as like a 2 things. So I think that breaks down to like 6 very rare or 12 rare.
Yeah.
Would that be like 24 then? That's like 24 uncommon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
think
since
that's
they're
And we could mix and match it as well, I'm assuming. So say we could break down one legendary into a few rares and a bunch of uncommon.
yeah. So since there is 6 off you, assume that you each get a 1 very rare worth each.
Okay.
So,
Whether you want to join that together to get something really cool for that you think the both of you would really use, or like an upgrade, or for the ship or something. There you go.
I mean, a body would be nice.
Yeah.
If you want to build a body, that is fine. To be fair, I don't think that needs to be a magical thing, especially since Zormir has already made a Warforged body before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make you a normal body.
I assume I would probably put like a monetary cost on it just for the resources, but nothing too extraordinary. Probably the cost of like more fancier plate or something, since you'd have to have a sturdy body. So probably looking like 2,500 gold or something, maybe 3,000 gold. Depends how many. I assume somebody does, because so far I've given you like 60,000 gold collectively as a party,
Hmm.
and only some of that was earmarked for the ship,
Oh,
which
yeah, we
gets us in to the next part.
We haven't gotten the monetary value for our award yet. From the other thing that I remember.
From the second day. Yeah.
Second day was battle. No, it wasn't battle of the bands. What was second day?
It was the competition.
I'll give me your word for the salt course.
Phoenix Rise, yeah.
Phoenix Rise, yeah.
Alright, then let's see. This seems like a fair amount.
Fucked up again.
So I actually don't know if I ever put that down, but this seems like a good gold, silver.
Because we got first,
Bronze.
second, and fourth.
Yeah.
We got first, second, third, actually, didn't we?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Who was first? It was
Alvina.
Alvina, right?
Alvina got first.
Alvina, you get an extra
Got the
10,000
first
gold.
punch.
Hey!
You didn't ring the bell.
Yeah,
And Fukyu
Got
got
third,
second?
Third. I
No,
think.
got third. Bucky
yeah.
Gwent got second.
Bucky
I got
third,
second
you're
because I
fourth,
refused first.
Because you refused first, yeah.
Gwent, you get 5,000 gold. Top 3 prizes are pretty goodly split, and then they only do top 3. And then third place gets 1,000 gold.
Thousands. Cool.
Nice.
Before we get into that, remind the DM, because it's back in his notes, and I don't want to scroll up like 3 pages of notes I've got here. So hopefully one of you just has it easily marked down. How much gold did you want earmarked for the ship? Because I remember you getting like 50,000 for the starship.
I have written down 50k for island, or it says for island.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing.
So that was
Yeah,
your
yeah,
that was your
yeah,
reward for
yeah.
delivering it. Which I believe we are all gonna spend on the ship upgrades, but you don't technically have to if you have any left over. Was there any other?
Yeah, I can't remember what we got for day 1 in the Colosseum.
I have that written in. We got an amount each, and the Alvina's is 115 platinum.
115
Yeah, and I
We got that divvied up.
Yeah,
I think
I've
you
already
have
included that for mine. Yeah.
the platinum for that was divvied up between us, so
Yeah,
we should
that
all.
was it. That was the one I was just looking through my buddies. It's like, okay, I've got 115 platinum. Pretty sure that was the other bit.
You also got 5 Phoenix emblems for delivering the ship, which basically is just influence points. You can pay them in to get the rebellion to either like help you with a quest or get restricted items, get restricted information, things like that.
Yeah.
And I believe we're cannons, or were we going for ballista?
Which gets us to the next bit. So if we have 50,000 for the ship, we'll do that for now. And if any of you want to spend your own personal money upgrading anything, you can chime in. But you've all presumably seen the upgrades in chat or on the Excel sheet.
Did we actually use any to upgrade the hull at all?
I mean, we probably should.
We can either give it more hit points or armor.
How many hit points does it give?
450.
150. You currently have 450, and it gives an extra 150, so it'd bring you up to 600.
I think that seems the best option.
Yeah, 600 would be a good. We don't know how much damage these. Some of the
Yeah,
weapons will
but
be
450 seems a bit like a 2-hit wonder, and then it's down.
Yeah.
Note you can see what the standard prows will do in the standard cannons that a lot of the like pirate ships will have. Obviously, each faction has a specialized weapon. But you're looking at, for example, the heaviest hitter there is just the bludgeoning one because it doesn't do an extra effect, is 12d12, which you're looking at like 60 hit points of damage.
Yeah.
And
Caps at 144 damage.
So, you know, it's slightly more than 2 hits, but like 4 or 5 good hits might take you down.
Yeah. And that's if we get rammed.
Yeah, and they need momentum for that. And then they have to switch down to cannons.
So I think before we get into the exact upgrades, I've kind of gone with the impression your ship is generally multi-classed from what since Zormir would have had the initial design. So it's got a decent amount of armor and agility in order to dodge things. Zormir wanted to ram anything,
No.
unless they had to.
No,
Okay.
I was avoiding ramming things. It was the rest, Alvina, who liked to ram the ship.
So I'm glad my assumption was correct there, because you have got more agility than you do momentum, as you've seen. Currently, your specs for those who haven't had a look, obviously you've got AC 16, 450 hit points, 80 feet of movement, plus 2 wards, which is a new addition coming from the standard Astral ward, and it keeps any strange astral shit out.
Mhm.
Good.
Because I will be doing strange astral shit. Plus 3 momentum, which is effectively your strength score. Oh, that should be plus 6. Why is that plus 2? Because I copied and pasted and actually update it.
I
Should
was
be
wondering
plus
because you said
6
we've got
agility.
more agility than momentum. It's like, no, we don't.
You have plus 6 agility, which is your ability to dodge and quickly steer the ship around things. Which effectively your dex, and then your plus 2 stealth is how well you blend into the background from a distance, so people aren't just spotting the massive, hey, look, there's a ship, since it's mostly clear space. What is the party's goal with the ship? Are we wanting speed and maneuverability? Are we wanting something a bit more tankier that can take a punch and can also deal a good punch? Maybe do some ramming. So I think from that it becomes more obvious what kind of upgrades you should go for.
Yeah.
I think
I'd say more staying with the sort of stealth
Yeah, I'd say
We can
the ship equivalent of a Dex build.
I do think that if we be a bit
Yeah.
like quick,
Stealth and speed.
because
Brent would vote
in
for speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because in theory, we will be punching up against nearly anything we're fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you're probably not wanting to go for one of the cool prowls, which have grappling effects or will diminish the enemy's ward status.
Because
Mhm.
the ward one might not be the worst idea eventually, but
Mm.
Effectively a chainsaw on the front of your ship.
I want to change that. But
Yeah.
You would.
We can make a second smaller ship. That's just
I would
for
also,
boarding
I would,
pod.
I would also, since you're kind of going for like a semi-stealth build agility, then I would actually recommend the proof against noid detection, which scrambles effectively your soul signatures over
Yeah,
a
that'd be
much
useful.
wider area. Because unsurprisingly, things that hunt noids for food and
Mhm.
energy have ways of doing scrying to detect any nearby or like detect nearby noid soul. It won't completely obscure you, but it will effectively prevent them from pinpointing your location and rather just giving them a general zip code.
it might also, like, if they do these scry to like what creatures are in the area, it will ping something like a bunch of we don't know what's and say a bunch of dragons and a shrub. And it's
It
like,
also, it also mechanically gives you another +2 ward, which will bring you up to +4, which also prevents from like psychic phenomenon. So prevents you from having dream
Yeah.
ghosts come in and invade lose dreams, for example.
That's useful.
yeah, we only have Alvina's nightmares to deal with now.
The rebellion does have actually quite an ample supply of twisted silver, since they prioritize it when any of their missions, which would also give you +2 wards as well. But while it doesn't prevent pinpointing your location, it does prevent anyone taking psychic damage while inside the ship.
That's quite good as well.
So it's immunity to psychic damage because it's a psionic Faraday cage. It prevents psionic influence.
Tanks the psychic hits for him.
You already have an Astro Ward and an anchor system, although you can feel free to remove the anchoring system or any of the other items already in your passive slots whenever you like. There's also kind of some miscellaneous stuff like signaling systems, chemical spotlights, a foghorn, a cargo crane. Obviously, you can spend it all on a mirror brig if you really want to throw fuck you in there, because it seems to be the only thing that contains them.
I'd say we want probably upgrading a hull and an actual weapon out of the ballista or a cannon.
I kind of like the. Actually, just look at it. Is the cannon just better?
I think the ballista would be
Yeah.
stuff then.
The cannon can't be used short range, so that's I think it has I think it's the 600 is the limit, so it can't shoot anything within 600.
Gotcha.
Because I remember
Yeah,
there's something being about cannon.
I was wondering that. Is that a short range, long range, or is that?
Mm.
Yeah, because I just copied down how they write it on the ship. I actually don't think it's convenient the way they write it.
Yeah. But so yeah, the 600 is the minimum range, basically. Is where. Makes sense.
Like, we could have two weapons. We could have a ballista and a cannon. But it's,
I'd say it might be better to go for the cannon because if we're within
Fast.
shorter range, we've got us.
Yeah.
yeah.
We actually, yeah, if we're in, to be honest, 480, I don't think we've got much that can actually shoot 480. But
Mm-hmm.
But this is ranged people.
yeah, we've got. If it gets to the minimum range of the ballistas, we can deal. Probably.
Yeah.
I do think the cannon's probably not a bad shout. I do think we should get some more hit points.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so far it'd be 15 grand for reinforced helm. So 20 for it to have one weapon at least.
Stick 5.
I do think the cannons are a pretty good idea. If we want to
And-
be fast, then we keep away. We want to keep away.
And the noid proof thing is 15. So
35 so far.
So we could get another cannon, or have a cannon on each side, so we're not having over from one side of the deck to the other. Because
Mm.
where are our points? We got a here,
Yep, we could.
here, or here for putting,
And there's one in the back, isn't it? There's one.
Yeah.
and one at the back.
To
for
clarify, those are specifically for the points Merida.
Oh, they're the
Mm.
anchor points for Merida.
Yeah,
Alright.
because the point installed them.
Yeah.
You're not bound by a location for your cannons. You can put them anywhere. You're only
Alright.
bound by what makes rational sense. They
One
are
on the
quite
crow's
like obviously.
nest.
They're all
Actually,
by what's reasonable.
We could have two cannons up here, so one,
Cases.
or a cannon at the back and a cannon at the front. So we
I
can
was
Mm.
actually thinking we could have one for the front, one for the back, and maybe ballistas on the sides.
I was gonna say, I mean,
We've
what
only
is-
got
Millennium Falcon style, could we attach a cannon to the bottom? Just a swivel one.
Potentially, because the Millennium Falcon had one on the
Hey,
bottom.
this is sci-fi fantasy. I'll allow
Yeah.
whatever.
And the one at the bottom would be very handy, actually.
remember we've only
If-
got
if-
3 offensive slots.
Depending on if it was like on a swivel, that'd be we wouldn't need one at both front and back.
Yeah.
You are tier 3 artificers. I'm going to assume you figured out how to make a swivel.
We can put a
Uh.
swivel, we can put, like, deployable struts underneath so we don't land on the cannon.
Yeah.
I was
We have to
assuming
go
when we were
south.
landing, we were just like hovering above the ground.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if if we have to land for any reason without hovering.
Yeah, fair.
There'll be deployable struts which you guys could probably make in about 15 minutes. Honestly.
I think for the deployable cannon on the underneath the deck,
I put these as
Yeah.
matches.
it would effectively be up and in the ship when it's not being in use, and then goes down.
Lord.
If you could manage that.
I mean, it
Because I
would
think
essentially be on this level then,
Be
if
there.
it. Yeah.
It'd be pretty much exactly there.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
actually would be very handy because that's just outside Alvina's room.
Yeah.
Because I think for
Who's got good odds of being the one using the cannon.
sort of also maintenance and sort of like docking, so that there's not a little bump sticking out. They'll rig up a system that allows it to drop and be raised.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
also sturdily attached and not
Mhm.
just like on the base, and you have to
Yeah.
descend into it.
Oh, that's a good
Where
call.
you could you just walk into it and fucking push the button and it drops it down.
Yeah.
Also, it has a great advantage. As the point says, they never expect you to go up.
Yep.
So do we want one on the bottom and something up on the deck? Just
I mean,
Yeah, I think that should work.
yeah, if we have one on the bottom that we can swivel, maybe one on the bow as well.
Yeah, we just
Like-
want on the front.
Yeah, like a gown cannon.
The chaser. Get a chaser for the front, which is a good plan. In case we need to shoot something like that. But there's going away.
you
Yeah.
shoot it, get its attention, and then we ascend.
Yeah.
Alvina becomes in with the cannon from below.
Yeah, because if we get close enough to do the boarding stuff, if we're high enough level, Alvina can fly. So
Mhm.
temporarily, and I'll fall at the end of my turn, but hopefully I'll be still high up enough that I can fly again.
So 2 cannons, the noid detection, and the hull upgrade.
Reinforced hull, which
Uh,
is 40 grand,
That's
which means we've got 10 grand spare.
Do we want
Okay.
the firefly lanterns and the chemical spotlight as well?
Where's that?
Like
A direction.
yeah, near the bottom.
Alright.
Yeah.
Actually, if we
2000
if we
each.
get if we
Yeah.
get the lanterns, the spotlight, we could get a cargo crane, and we'll have 1,000 spare.
I think we probably want to get a cargo crane.
That's
considering
We've
Oh.
got
Yeah,
a
the
lot
cargo
of
crane's probably worth
move
it.
cargo stuff.
We're
Doing a
loading
side business
ammunition.
too if you're just grabbing like valuable loot between places and delivering it.
We
Oh,
can
Because
grab more
obviously
pigs.
trading's quite expensive because it's quite risky for Noids.
We can grab more pigs.
Yeah.
Drop off
We're
the
gonna have
dragons
to-
off the side.
No. We can fly, by the way.
Yeah, but imagine just like dropping them down like a bomb. Just lands
No,
in the middle.
Don't deploy my babies. Wait till they're bigger.
No. Disagree.
I do think the cargo, because if we get the two lights and the crane, we have 1,000 to basically just spend on what we want. Or hell, we could get a decal because it's cool.
Technically already have a decal. It's called the Morphing Sails.
We get a cooler decal.
Yeah.
We can
The
get go
deca-
fast
Just some
stripes.
go faster stripes, yeah.
Yeah, we'll paint it red because red goes faster.
No, we
I
paint
think-
it purple because purple is more sneaky.
Or we can paint
Okay.
it blue for luck.
Just a rainbow ship.
I think we want to paint it color so it'll blend in more. Rather
Yeah.
than stick out more.
Camo.
Invisible paint.
I am being savaged by a cat, by the way.
Shame.
Okay. So what was the ones we've definitely confirmed then? Should probably note these down.
Reinforced hull,
2 cannons.
2 cannons,
The
the
blue,
noid
green.
detection,
Noid
anti-noid
detection.
detection,
Where the hell's my notes?
Cargo.
the cargo crane, the firefly lanterns, the chemical spot.
Okay, so what was it? Re-enhanced cargo. I finally got to the bullet point list.
Reinforced hull.
Mhm.
2 standard cannons.
Yep.
The protection against noid detection.
Hmm.
Firefly lanterns, chemical spotlight, and a cargo crane.
I've added one next to them on the sheet as well. Underneath the ship upgrades.
Yeah, nice.
Alrighty.
I do think that's just a good general purpose split set. We have a game plan with that essentially.
Roughly.
Oh yeah, we can switch out the token for this one here. Because that's... Randy has a token now, rather than a miscolored me.
Oh yeah, where is that?
Down next to
Randy. Oh, I was grabbing the token.
There it is.
Big Randy.
I tried to make him as mushroom looking as he is.
It's a good one. Good token.
Uh,
I looked at it and immediately knew who he was. That's usually a good sign. Like, it's a good token.
The thing is, I didn't have the... I couldn't think of how to give him tons of eyes as well, so he's seeing everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only so much we can do with Hero Forge.
Yep.
So far.
Randy have a character sheet.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it was Bob's backup for the session that he was dead.
Sorry, does
He's-
Randy have a character sheet on Roll20?
On roll 20.
That's the fair point. You probably might have to.
Oh,
do
Oh no, here it is. Yeah, you've made one up in blank. I just have to actually
Yeah.
move it down.
I made it in blank one. I didn't give him. I haven't given him all the stats and things that he has because
It's more
No,
to
that's the-
assign the token.
I think
Yeah.
I already assigned a token to one of them.
Yeah, you have actually done it too. I just didn't realize there was one up there because I wasn't looking that high up.
Back
Okay,
in a sec,
cool.
I think my cat's hungry.
He didn't start
Because he's bothering.
He became alive again.
All right. To be
Yeah,
fair, with
sure.
that, I might take a quick break to go grab some more water. But before that, so these are your ship upgrades. You've obviously done the business with Darkside. Think about what you want with your allocation of the rare magic item upgrade budget. Either you can just, if you find something time-related magic-wise that already exists, feel free to just let me know. And if it's like a standard item, that's fine. You just have that. Otherwise, I was thinking it'd have to be like something dragony themed, even if it's like you take like its claw to make a weapon, like a sword or
Yeah,
something
fair.
with.
Oh, I've got a dragon-themed idea for what part of mine.
Yes, sir. Put them in the chat, and I'll check them all later, because we'll do that more in the bookkeeping behind-the-scenes stuff. I mostly just wanted to go over ship stuff, because it's going to be more relevant to and its new mechanics for the rest of the campaign. Or, like, slightly simplified mechanics. But think about what you want to do next as a little vignette. If you want to go visit anywhere in Bastion, see anyone, talk to any of the NPCs or etc. Basically, before we go into the next leg of the journey, which will be meeting up with the Fire Star in the future.
Yeah.
Which will be most of this arc going forward. With that, we'll be back in like a couple minutes.
I am back.
Yeah.
The cat did
Are
really
we
want to go.
Going for very rare for everybody, or what's the plan?
I mean,
There's one item which basically I really want that I can put basically both my weapons into one attunement slot item. If we can get that for very rare and it just does that, I'd be okay with it. If I could get legendary and get some extra things, I'd also be very happy. Or maybe I could get that with very rare and a bit of extras. But I only want minor stuff for it, but I need the extra slot, genuinely. The downside of being a dual wielder.
So do we want to put one of us with a legendary thing, or do we want to just stick with a bunch of very rares?
As I said, I will ask Chris how much we can get with the attunement thing. I do think splitting next one of the items into, say, a bunch of bag of holdings and a few other rares, good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I know one thing that I want for fuck you, is a short sword of dragon slaying. Because he's got his short sword of giant slaying.
Oh, that was the one I had, yeah. Oh yeah, I have the dragon.
Full collection, yeah.
I have the dragon breath sword. I have the knife of acid dragon.
I'm looking through to see if there's anything else that fuck you could use. There's not much.
Periactive poison immunity. You know, the one that gives you just immunity to poison damage and...
Yeah. I mean, that's not something that we generally come across that often, though.
You never know, though.
And it will have this stuff that might do something.
I think, what was it, a bunch of setting stones you want in point as well?
Yeah, yeah, just so we don't end up with Zorm is lost in the cave somewhere.
Again.
Again.
I do think, yeah, how many, because it's one legendary would break into...
Oh, tell you what we could also get that's uncommon as well. Is a bunch of wands of magic missiles.
I mean, I've got that spell anyway, so you can divvy them.
Yeah, so
between the rest.
16.
Could we theory just get a bunch of ones magic missiles timed together and turn them into a cannon?
we can get 16.
Gatlin.
I fire a
Uncommons?
fireball.
Out of one legendary, we can get 16 uncommons.
Mhm.
That's enough for a setting stone each and a bag of holding each, right?
Yeah.
Because what we need 5 bags of holding, 6 setting stones,
That's 11. So we'd have 5 uncommons left.
5 spare.
Which would be the 5 wands of magic missile. Because Lou's already got
I mean,
one.
I can't cast some more raging anyway.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah, that sounds good. So that's one.
The sword of Dragon Slayer sword is a rare.
So we could split one into...
4 rares or very rare and 2 rares.
I think a very rare and 2 rares would be a good shout. And on the last one, we wait for Chris's, like, how much we can get out of it for the attunement item. If we can split it up into less, great. If we can get a legendary, also great. Like, I'd love the top tier giant belt, but I need the top tier giant belt. Where I should be fucking basic from. Just 29 strength.
Well.
But I need the attunement slot.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find any that are time-based.
Does anyone else have anything else that they have in mind for their characters?
I would
Just
like
looking see
something
what
to
there is.
keep
I
up, but
really don't
I
know.
haven't found anything in particular.
That's why it's like, use your imagination, because Chris is willing to let us like make
Yeah.
wackier stuff. The actual base magic item list doesn't really have a ton for our characters.
No.
Honestly, I might see if Chris will let me upgrade one of my existing magic items, just the Lyre of Building,
Mhm.
just so, mostly so I can summon point bot more often and power him up a bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not
Chris
bad.
allowed me to upgrade my DOS loop with the counter spell.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's some kind of offensive weapon that I can actually use because I don't really have that many things that can attack.
Something that doesn't do radiant would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your mace.
Chris has returned.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's a lot
I
of
The mace
am
requires
so
healing.
bad with the mace. Like
Uh,
it's a +5 to hit with a mace.
Mm-hmm.
Chris,
Yes.
what level item would be able to put basically 2 weapon attunements just into one slot?
And you still want them to be separate weapons?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I actually don't know if anything like that exists as a base reference.
There's abilities on Artificer which do it, but
My
Hello?
character allows me to have more attunements.
Yeah,
that's not a magic
the
item,
Artifice
so
one just increases your number of achievement slots.
yeah.
Because I'm sitting with
I mean,
currently 4.
There's... No, I was going to say, one of the Dimension 20 ones, I think, had a magic item that was... This will attune for you. So it's +1 attunement slot.
Yeah, there's a few bits and pieces that do it, but it's a weird one.
apparently there's a Mystic Conflict fleet that's homebrew in the Tal'Dorei campaign.
Okay.
But Mercer made that a feat rather than an item.
Yeah, I know there's a few like homebrew figs to increase achievement slots.
Yeah. Because it literally is the limit of 3 is a bit...
Yeah.
Because they made so many items have to be attuned. Just base and 5e.
Mm-hmm.
We only get 3 slots. So it's kind of painful.
What I can do and would be on theme though, it's not quite the same thing, but I could create a magic item that basically shortens the length it takes to attune and unattune. But I assume how frequently are you wanting to switch weapons out?
Oh,
So obviously
it's-
use both your weapons in combat.
Yeah, it's the bit. It's basically the 2 weapons in combat. I want to have them both attuned, but it means I essentially have 1 attunement slot. Because I need the other 2 for my weapons. Which means I can't get most of the handy items. Because I've got the belt and the 2 weapons. So basically, if it was a thing that turned both attunements into 1, for just, these are weapons, it would basically mean I have 1 extra slot to actually put another item in, like a braces of defense, because I have no armor. Or
Link.
something just like...
Would probably be cool to base something on I can't remember her name from Fairy Tale.
Urza.
Yeah, something based on Urza would be cool. Since that you're effectively going for that style of being able to like utilize multiple weapons.
Yeah. Re-equip.
Is that worth a very rare? Let me consider this. I need to see what the downside would be. Would be limited to only weapons, particularly melee weapons.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I'll consider this towards the end of the session.
Yeah, cool.
Was there anything else anybody wanted to talk about real quick before we got onto the vignettes?
We've divvied up 1 magic item, 1 legendary build, maybe with
Should I then say, I've got an idea.
We're not sure. Oh, you've got an idea for the second one? Cool.
Well, no, I've got an idea for what your thing could be, like a time magic pocket. Basically, it basically allows you to essentially errs as re-equip weapon sort of
Ooh,
thing.
I just thought of a way that could work.
Mhm.
When initiative is rolled, I could basically pick 2 weapons, and those are the ones I'm attuned for the combat. I don't get to switch them.
Okay. Because obviously it is a resource problem of, especially because a lot of weapons have different, like a lot of the weapons have one-off effects.
Yeah.
But restricting it to you'd only have 2 per combat is pretty good. I quite like that.
Yeah.
Because it would mitigate any risk of just, I pull the next weapon, one off. I pull the next weapon, one off feature. Next weapon,
want
one
it
off.
for that. Exactly. I don't want it for that
Hmm.
purpose. I want it for like so I can actually have more items that can use outright. But that'd be cool. So I can just on initiative roll pull out the weapons.
Call it what? Time demi-plane.
It could be Wrigley's Gauntlet.
Could it be like having
could-
2 timelines superposed?
Paradox
Where,
Gauntlet.
where one arena's attuned to one gauntlet to one weapon, and the other arena's attuned to the other.
Yeah, could be Paradox Gauntlet. Would be cool name.
I was gonna call them like paradox holsters or sheaths. You want them to be like basically gloves that plunge into the different timeline to bring out whatever weapons in that timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that. Okay, so paradox gauntlets, pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll give you paradox gauntlets for using the Chrono Dragons. Obviously they'd be dragon scaled themed. Obviously, I wouldn't expect anything else for
I'll be
Alvina
very
aesthetically.
happy for that as well.
Would that be the full legendary, or would that be something below that?
Oh no, that would be their very rare. With the restriction of like at the start of combat they can only pull out 2 weapons.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So we still have essentially 1 legendary to play around with.
Yeah, because we were going to split 1 into 2 rares and a very rare, so that's the very rare. I'm happy with that.
What was the other very legendary then? You mentioned there was just 1 left. One to the 3rd legendary.
We're gonna split 1 into a bunch of bags of holding, a sending stone for everyone, and 5 ones magic missile.
5-1 magic.
We had 5 uncommons left. It was like,
We had 5 uncommons
Yeah, okay.
left, and Alvina can't cast spells while raging, so
and Lou's already got magic missiles, so
yeah.
All right, run that by me again. I assume you've already done the calculations for
It is 5 bags of holding,
5 times the bags of holding.
6 sending stones, I think it's called.
yeah.
The other ones.
Walkie
6
talkies, magic
Rocky
walkie-talkies.
Talkies.
Magic walkie-talkies, and 5 ones of magic missile equals the 16 items that are uncommon
Yeah.
items that a legendary makes us.
And these are all dragon scale themed, right? Is that one?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah, they're all gaudy as fuck, but yeah.
Alvina's
It's like you're just gonna be
Dragon
rocking up as a group. Like your motif is everyone's wearing these dragon bags of holding, little satchels. 6. I don't even know how the sending stones would look.
Oh,
I literally the dragon scale. It's 1 just dragon scale.
Yeah,
that looks like
I'm
a
thinking
road.
like, yeah, I'm thinking like Star Trek com badge, but it's a dragon scale.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Just all of you have this little dragon skeleton sticking out on your chest.
It sends future conversations we would have had in person to them in the past, so we
Yeah.
can communicate directly.
God. Everyone's just gonna look. Oh, here comes the dragon pirates.
Dragon pirates with dragons with us. We're not.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're even gonna have fucking full-grown dragon mounts in the future.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Flying alongside.
Horrifying.
Yeah. Then it was the
We're just
5.
playing it to the kid Yankee. By
Yeah.
the way.
The 5 ones magic missile. I'm assuming like the handles are going to be like dragon scale.
Yeah,
It could
the,
be a
the
dragon
magic
claw.
missiles are tiny dragons.
I imagine the actual ones would probably be dragon bone because there's a full-ass dragon here to
Yeah.
use up. It's not just
Yeah.
the scales.
We've got a lot of
Oh
dragons.
yeah, they've been made out of the dragon teeth.
Yeah, but so the teeth of the claws would be the obvious one, right?
I mean, bone is also just a classic material for wands. I was just
Yeah.
imagining dragon bone with dragon scale holding.
Because even Lou has magic missile, but now you have more magic missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can at least save a spell slot by using the wand.
And
So who
Alvina-
wasn't getting a wand? Was it Alvina?
Alvina, yeah.
Alvina can't cast any spell while raging.
Oh yeah, because Magic Missile actually says you cast the spell,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
Even the
Yes.
wand. So,
'Cause I know some items don't. You just get the effects, like obviously the fireball beads.
Hmm.
yeah. These ones are very specific in their wording.
Yeah.
All right, and you have one legendary left.
So with the one that is split into Alvina's very rare gauntlet,
yeah.
the other very rare side of it, the rare, split that down into a rare, and get a dragon slaying short sword for fuck you. So that
That'll be
leaves.
2 rares. So
Yeah.
one of them would be.
So we've got
Dragon Slayer.
one rare left, and then the
And
legendary.
legendary, yeah.
We could do the thing that you were asking for, Point.
I've already. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, use one of the things to upgrade my Lyre of Building, which basically means upgrade point bot with some dragon themed stuff and be able to summon him more often.
What's the current rarity of that?
Current rarity, it's rare.
Okay, so you probably want a very rare to upgrade it.
Okay.
So we can split the legendary into a very rare and use that for that.
Yep. That works for me.
So we have what? So we have at max one very rare and one rare item that we could potentially use. I mean, we could just stick them in like a cupboard.
Holding for now and come
Yeah.
to something later.
I've got an idea.
I've got an idea for a very rare.
No? What you up?
And what kind of dragon was it?
Time.
It was
It
a
was
platinum time
and
dragon.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, but wasn't it
platinum.
time and something else?
No, it's just a platinum chrono dragon.
So it was time
was-
corrupted with more time.
It was infested.
It was effective like with chrono crystals, they only form in the time stream. So it's still a time motif. It's just also you'd have crystals there.
Okay, because I was wondering if I could use one of the bones to make an arcane cannon. Like it's a once per combat kind of thing.
An arcane what? An arcane cannon.
An arcane cannon.
That's
Let me
what
just
Meritor
stick
is.
it. An arcane cannon, but
Yeah,
only.
that is-
I thought the dragon was like and fire or and thunder, so just restrict it to the lightning damage or the fire damage,
The time.
because it takes one action to load it, one action to fire it, and then it needs to recharge for 5 minutes, and no combat lasts more than 5 minutes. So it's a once per kind of thing.
Because it does do radiant damage, but hilariously you're looking to not do radiant.
It did radiant on it properly.
I do not want radiant because I've
Get
got
more radiant added to it.
Even the
What I
classic
want
was
is
because of
more
all the disintegrate, not disintegrates, like circles of death just infected it temporarily. What else did this dragon do? What was it? Let me pull
It had
it
a
down
bunch
for
of
this one.
immunities. It had the weakening breath. Oh, you could make it do some of the status effect breaths that the dragon did, maybe.
Yeah, it could be an aging gun.
It has
It
an
has a fine
aging
breath.
effect, or it has a displacement one, and things like that. Because those were nasty status effects.
You take it to clan.
Also, I assume because I imagine it'd be like a proper long cannon just down the side of Gwent, just like a once per turn, like, well, fuck it, let's hit it or miss.
You just like lift up one of the lids of your sacks and there's a cannon under there.
Yeah. Surprise cannon.
Pretty much just do every type of damage. You got acid, fire,
I mean, could do it so it's like
lightning.
you can set it so you can do different damage types, like Zormir's gun used to.
It has all the
It
dragon
does,
breaths.
yeah.
All the chromatic
Does.
dragon breaths. Is the standard.
Oh, the,
It's really very rare. I don't really think I want to deal with messing with it. I think I'm just giving the base one because it is already an established item. Yeah, it's a little stretchy off motif. I'll allow it
Oh,
because it's
that's
still
what
a
I'm saying,
dragon.
Just if you wanted to crush it down to just one of the things, it is fine.
But for
Because I
very,
thought
very
that for
rare.
some reason I thought the dragon was lightning and
No,
time.
it was immune to all the dragon breath attacks apart from poison.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I might just flavor if like you make it out of its like underlining resistances.
It's basically opening to a time stream when a dragon is breathing out of it.
That's quite cool.
That too. I was also
steal a
just gonna go
dragon's
with
breath from somewhere else.
like their underlining for the resistances. You just make the cannon out of that so that it is immune to lightning acid and all that because it would need to be in order to fire it.
Yeah.
And then you could also have the additional. It opens a time stream to get that breath.
Opens a little portal when a little dragon is just breathing out and you just siphon a bit of it off.
Well.
Ruin
Oh
that
yeah, and you
little
want that?
dragon's day.
You want that for the remaining very rare.
Oh,
Like
Putting
if
wet-
nobody else
damage.
has a better idea,
I mean,
because I
Bob
don't
did
know
say
if you had a
something,
good
but
idea.
Uh,
So
yeah,
Lou
what was
should
Bob?
probably have something given all of his items got nuked.
oh yeah,
also yes. So if Lou wants to take, Lou can take whatever.
I mean, being bodiless, I don't know what I can take.
So, assume we're going to build you a body not using the magic items, unless you want to incorporate them into the magic item.
You will.
We can guarantee.
Also, you have your own attunement, as we discussed when how the mechanics would work.
Yeah, so you can just keep them on my body.
Yeah.
We have a
How's-
very good bank of. We can definitely bank you that rare. If all else fails, we definitely can get you any rare item.
But before that, what was Bob later?
Just like a something to give one person haste for a turn or something like
oh, like boots of
Scale.
haste.
a hasting sort of
Yeah, there's
rarity or something onto someone. I didn't know what kind of rarity it would be. Like
There is like a boots of haste or something which gives it for like a minute.
Yeah, that's a critical role thing.
So there is in the rares, I found the dragon vessel,
Oh,
which is
dragon.
essentially a bottle that once per day you can fill with a potion of a certain number of options. So if we swap like potion of climbing for potion of speed or something, that could be useful.
I found it by the boots of haste. Since obviously they were put into the wild map.
Hmm.
They are a very rare item. Players-
it was more just to see.
Bonus
If,
action and cast haste on the wearer.
Yeah.
Would we want that haste on Lou though?
You can only cast one spell a turn. Yeah.
Hmm.
That mean I could do the twin spell, but
that was more a generic thing for everyone.
One.
You're also a sorcerer. You could probably use the rare to do something like a like an amulet of quicken spell. If you want to duplicate up on your quicken. Or like just you can cast cantrips with a bonus action for you without expending your resources. Make you into a Gatling gun. Well, maybe not a Gatling gun. Make you into
That's the illusionist bracers do that.
Yeah, but they don't have Eldritch Blast, so they're not a warlock anymore.
Yeah.
So it'd have to be Firebolt or something.
Sorcerer's braces, basically.
Yeah. I feel like
Um,
probably.
Yeah,
there is
Warlock's
also
braces,
the
but Warlock's just been crossed out.
Ooh.
there is also the dragon touch focus.
The Dragon Tusk Foci is very nice.
Yeah, so I've got
It's
that open at the
metallic,
moment.
isn't it? Well,
It
Uh-oh.
varies depending on which one you've got.
I mean,
Chromatic gem or
this particular one would be metallic.
I've got a very weird idea for one for maybe.
yeah,
Lou.
that is quite good. Yeah.
Whoa.
What's that, Bob?
Enhancing your dimension doors, it open multiple doors, so you could like have one door focus everyone back to you or something through manipulating time magic.
Like a recall thing.
Oh, I've just seen what the rare Dragon Focus does for metallic. When
Yeah.
a creature you see within 30 feet of you makes a saving throw, you can use your reaction to give that creature advantage on the saving throw.
Yeah.
In addition to, you have advantage on initiative rolls,
Yeah.
and it counts as spellcasting focus.
I mean, the advantage on
Pretty good.
yeah, the advantage on the initiative roll would be good for Lou as well, seeing as he
Yeah.
generally gets quite
What are
low
you trying to
rolls.
say about my initiative?
You do tend to
I
get
got
low
double
initiative.
figures last week.
Look, you get low on initiative, I also get low on initiative, and I've got advantage, which is why I sometimes get high on initiative.
Do you want a nice?
The very rare one, by the
Yeah,
way, gives you Fizzban's Platinum Shield Legend Lore.
But the
as
problem
well.
is he's already got the green focus now as well.
That's
Oh,
that's an
yeah.
internal. That's his internal foci.
Yeah, again, they don't have like a physical green foci. Their soul is coated in arcane magic.
Mhm.
All
Yeah, we
right,
could just
so
do
that won't affect him having an
No.
second focus.
No, they'll just duplicate up on the benefits.
Like,
Okay.
fuck you's got like
Um,
4 foci at this point in time.
Yeah. I do think that the at least rare metallic dragon would be really good because Lou literally giving someone because that's not got charges. You just do it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because the rare
give
also
someone-
does the chromatic stuff as well, and Lou tends to use the chaos bolt or whatever it is quite often.
I don't know it
Chromatic orb.
depends on the what dragon you get it from.
Was it?
Yeah.
You only get one or the other.
What was the name of the amulet?
It is the dragon touched focus.
It's the dragon touch.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that has levels of what rarity it is. And this is the Platinum Dragon Sway. Assume it counts as metallic
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's chromatic. Or I could see it counting as gem, but
Yeah.
And to be fair, Lou, you do keep trying to help people out when they're doing saving throws.
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Now you can actually do that without me having to be like, could you help in some way? Flat answer is just always yes.
Are we?
Assuming you're
This
within
is
30
still-
feet.
And you have a reaction, which is good.
I think we're still on the right back screen as well.
2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Viewers, you haven't missed anything. We're still just discussing magic
I mean,
items.
yeah.
You've missed nothing on screen. You can hear all the talking.
Yeah.
And just I flicked over
It's
it and I
pretty
was like,
low.
oh, okay.
It is a very pretty book.
So,
I genuinely think they at least rare.
Yeah.
are we switching?
Oh, you know that fits your green focus too. I'm gonna give you a freebie, Lou, because I did destroy all your magic items. But to be fair, that was your own fault. I'm gonna give you the combined gem and metallic effects
Hey, nice.
Nice.
because I think you'll get a kick out of the gem one.
It is cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I posted it in Roll20, but Lou, whenever you cast a spell, whenever you use a spell slot to cast a spell, you can immediately teleport to an unoccupied space that you can see within 15 feet.
15 feet.
Boy.
So,
So you get advantage on initiative. Whenever you cast a spell, you can teleport a little bit, and you can give someone advantage on a saving throw if they're in 30 feet as a reaction. Yeah. All of which is awesome.
I think it fits nicely with your green spreading effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we do that as the rare, we still have the very rare left, and you can
Then
get
we
that
have a
as,
very rare.
and we can do that as the arcane cannon if Gwent still wants that.
Mhm.
Unless anyone else has anything else potential.
I'll scan very rares to see if I can find anything that is another damagey one that Gwent could have, but the Arcane Cannon's not a bad shout at all.
I assume you want a ranged weapon.
Yeah. It was either that or there's the chronometer
Chronometer.
idea. Yeah.
It's a chronometer.
Like it is a timey-wimey kind of nut stuff.
It's a weird time thing, yeah.
But it does require attunement, why the cannon does not. So that's why I was going for the cannon.
Gain
Also,
additional action.
for some damage.
A flying carpet is on the list. Dwarven Thrower, which I think is the basically Mjolnir.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what Melik has.
that's I think
Actually, you don't
Gwent
get one
having a
do you,
secret cannon.
Gwent?
I
I
still like
barely
the
get. I get
Yeah.
nothing.
I like the-
by that.
I do like the flavor of Gwent just having having a cannon and a saddlebag and just going, nope, fire!
Bam!
Just the way to start the combat. And cannon. Boom.
Cannon, fire, run away.
I found another one.
Because I am the cannon on the ship.
I found another potential one for you, Gwen.
Yep.
Yep.
Staff of Thunder and Lightning.
What do?
It is a very rare staff. It's a +2 weapon, just for starters. Also has the following additional properties. When one property is used, can't be used again to the next door. But you can use each of these once, basically. Lightning. When you hit with a melee attack using your staff, you do an extra 2d6 lightning damage. Thunder. When you hit with a melee attack with the staff, you cause the staff to emit a crack of thunder, audible 300 feet. Target will save a d70 con save, becomes stunned. Till the end of your next turn. Lightning strike. Action to cause a bolt of lightning to leap from the staff's test in a line 5 feet wide, 120 feet long. Each creature in the line must make a DC 17 dex save or take 96 lightning damage in a failed save, but half as much successful. Thunderclap. You can use an action to cause the staff to issue a deafening thunderclap. Audible 600 feet. That.
I still like your cannon.
I mean,
Yeah, I
the
think
Cannon's
having
more on brand.
like, having the thunder like drawing attention to Gwen, never a good idea for Gwen.
Cannon definitely won't.
Thunder, also,
At least
hilarious-
it was on the end of the cannon.
Also, what I love the
Oh,
bottom
nice.
one. The bottom one is you do the lightning bolt and the thunderclap at the same time, and it doesn't use it. Doesn't use both properties, which is fun.
Well, they fire the cannon, hide with the saddlebag, and fuck off.
Is that what I think it is?
The staff, they're in their face.
Yeah, bonus action hide. Job done.
Also, the staff.
Boom,
I just
and then
realised
hide.
the staff- I thought the staff of power was legendary. The staff of power is apparently a very rare. So there's also the staff of power, one of the best magic items in the game.
Ooh, what does that do?
Lots of
Yes,
stuff.
it's a baby
Get more
version of
AC.
the. It is.
It does require attunement
Well, they
by a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard, so Gwent wouldn't be able to.
Oh, this
use
one
it.
doesn't say on here. It doesn't say.
It
just
does
says
the D&D,
very
yeah.
rare.
Yeah, it does on Beyond.
Ah.
Whereas the
Yep, time
stuff
to
of-
start multiclassing.
Yeah, stuff of London.
Gotta go find that warlock.
Oh no, it's just at the bottom. It says at the
Ah.
bottom.
And Elder Control,
Oh,
Elder
it-
Control. Do you please come in, Elder Control? Like,
Ah, but
if you
here's
doesn't
what
love you, I will.
Would be for those who are
Oh,
interested.
but imagine. So one of the warlock patrons is the Celestial. So, cleric of Chiron, warlock of Medici.
Warlock. Indeed.
Damn it, I'm a medical warlock.
To be fair, who knows what happened in that demi-plane to get Medici to help you.
Also, all the basic versions of all the tomes are also there.
Yeah, I mean, you've also got the
Yeah.
Voyager staff as well, which allows you to cast Banishment, Blink, Misty Step, Pass Wall, Teleport. So that,
I saw that.
yeah,
but
that
it
is a
doesn't
kind
give
of
me
no, it doesn't give
A
you any
bang.
No,
Yeah, you
I mean,
need
it's
some
a-
damage.
+1, but that does also tie into your running away.
I've
True.
just found one that's on here. The Horn of Valhalla's on here.
Summoning things.
Oh, it wouldn't be Valkyries. You could do just a herd of centaurs.
Yeah, just charge. You've
That
got
would be fun.
medium armor, right?
I've been
Heavy?
aware.
I think it's heavy
Heavy.
armor.
Gwent's got heavy.
Yeah, I have heavy.
Cool. Yeah, because just the very rare one requires proficiency in all medium armor at least. So you can't use the legendary one, but you could use the medium one. So it's 4d4 plus 4 essentially centaurs in this case. Berserker centaurs.
That'd be funny.
Be very funny. Stampede.
Long live the king.
I mean, it's only a once per week use as well.
Yeah.
That's like that. It's really powerful.
Yeah.
I think
There's also a carpet
cannon's
of
the
fire.
fun thing, unless Lou needs something else.
Yeah. I think the cannon's
Yeah.
the go-to one, really.
Because I also assume we're going to go up against more and more dangerous things, so
Mhm.
a +5 to hit probably isn't going to help with a lot of things with me mace, since I can barely hit anybody.
Mhm.
Hey,
You
your
actually-
mace.
well,
And
actually,
we'll
you've not
never
got
get
great
close
odds-
enough to hit anybody.
You've not got
so,
amazing odds of hitting Alvina, who's got one of the lowest ACs in the
Mm.
pot.
Your mace is mostly just spell storing now. Because I need something to attune the spell storing into.
My mace is basically a doorstop at any other time when we're on the ship.
It's a paperweight.
Okay, there's your spider climbs for today.
Zomir uses it in his lab.
It's almost paperweight.
Um,
That's why he just attunes it every day, just in case. He's just using it as a paperweight on his desk.
Yeah. Unless there's any other spell storing spells that specifically people need or want, that I'll discontinue giving Gwent the spider climb so they can get around.
I can't use. Are there spells that Alvina would love to have? Yes, she can't use them.
Haste before you get into the combat.
Yeah.
But then you'd have to concentrate on it.
Yeah, you can't concentrate on spells either while raging.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a druid thing.
But-
Can do it well in bear.
But though I think the boots, you don't. If they've been cast through the boots, you doesn't proc the
The boots of
concentration.
haste don't. The
Yeah.
boots of haste don't. Because they are the boot is on you. The boots are technically concentrating. That's why boots of haste are really good in a barbarian, essentially. Would also mean Alvina has 4 attacks around, which is hilarious. But
Yeah.
they're into
Believe-
fun.
But yeah, that
I
should be
believe
everything.
I think that's everything.
It's just a question of what do we want to. Is Lou staying in
We're
the
making
points body, or are we making a body? And
Make-
how much have we got for it to make the body? And how much time do we have for it to make a body? Because
We could see about.
Have enough time for everything to get done while you're making magic items because it's an intermission.
Alright.
Yeah, we could also go see the guys that do the golems as well,
That's true.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do that. I forgot about that.
because we could get a golem body for.
Give
Yes,
a
that-
straight up golem fabulous. How much does an iron
Yeah, I mean,
golem cost? Suddenly Lou is
Golem
one of the
Lou.
strongest
Yeah.
five.
I mean,
So I've got to go and pick up my remote learning
Yeah.
stuff from the university.
Yeah, Alvina's gonna learning Draconic in university as well.
yeah, because we could essentially flavor it so like
My first exam is making Lou's body.
well that I was going to say flavor Lou to or at least change Lou's race to Warforge.
Yeah.
Tiefling Warforged. Well, let them keep looking like.
Oh
the-
yeah, looking like a
the-
tiefling,
No,
but be
put
a
the horns
Warforged.
on, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
with
doesn't look
with
like a
horns. Yeah.
tiefling. He doesn't have
If-
any of the abilities
If
of a tiefling
yeah,
anymore.
if Lou would be cool with that.
Yeah.
You'd also gain the
Yeah.
benefits of being a Warforged.
Yeah.
You won't need to eat. You won't
We
need
go-
to.
We either make you a body like that, or we go over to whatever the devil studies department and see if we can make you a devil body.
hmm What would Lou want to do?
Also, I think I'd spend my time trying to change out what I'm using for to control my
Oh,
weapons,
Alvina,
magic, and
That
then
reminds
change.
me, Alvina does actually have something she has to do as well. She has
Well-
to go talk with the druidy people for I can't remember the name of it. Elemental.
Of the primordial dust.
Element.
Yeah.
I think you specifically need dream dust.
That was it. I could not remember. I was looking through my place. It says
'Cause,
somewhere.
Yeah, you need to go down into the primal dream in order to advance your pyromancy.
Enhance primordial dreamscape using dream dust without keep performing the ritual. So I can just do it if I have this. Yeah, cool.
And then I'd probably want to try and tie in my thunder gauntlet with my actual primary attack. With the subversion arcanite that I have, if I can control the spectrum with some other kind of arcanite, if there's enough time to do that.
We've got a lot of time. He's been told.
That's probably
Yeah,
what I'm
it's a
gonna
couple
do.
days. We're hand waving. The time is whatever length we need it to be to make canonical sense. Because once we're doing this, we're actually leaving Bastion. So
Well,
finish
in
up
that
your
case,
business.
I need to go and apologize to Fabio because the point fucked me over.
Yep.
And with that, that's a great
It's in
time to
the future,
segue
it doesn't
into. This segues into the final third of the session, which is let's actually get into these montage scenes. So let's queue up the first round of scenes then. Alvina, where are you going? We spend a
Alvina,
couple of days in.
I believe Fuck you wanted to come with, so I'll be let them know that I'm going to go talk to the druid people. To go and get the dream dust that can
I mean,
get pyromancy
yeah,
stuff and all.
Fucky wants to do that. He also wants to go try breaking into the dungeon as well.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Honestly, Alvina wants to go check out the dungeon at some other point as well, so. But this is
Assume there isn't like a limit on how many of these you can have. This is mostly just me queuing up the
Order.
scenes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alvina wants to do this first. This is.
You have a couple days to finish up business.
Yeah, Alvina have rested up. I'm assuming we've had a long rest.
Yeah. This will be the next day. Okay. Fuki, do you want to go with Albina for this one?
Yep.
Yeah, and
Anybody
you guys can check out the dungeon afterwards.
is welcome. I just know specifically what you want to do. So.
What's in the dungeon?
It's the weird dungeon that you can only get into if you've got a certain gene.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
you
not
need
going there
the
yet.
Bloods.
The Arcanite blood or whatever.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
want to go,
Elysian blood.
Rare bloods.
if
I
you
was
want
want to
go,
go to the dungeon, but
if you also want to go into an elemental plane with us, Gwent, you're welcome to.
No, I'm good.
I'll be right back.
You never know. You
My
might get the
future's-
power of wind. You might be perfect for the power of wind.
No, my future self looked haggard enough. I don't need any more of that nonsense.
Ah, but don't you want that beard to blow in the wind?
Majestically.
Never. Never. I shave religiously every day now.
Gwent, you're next. What do you want to queue up?
I'm gonna go apologize to Fabio. Is the plan?
Good call.
All right, fair. Lou? In the points body, presumably. What would you like to do?
I'm happy enough becoming a sort of Warforged tiefling lookalike.
Cool.
That's
pretty Alright.
cool, man.
It's
And
So, engineering
the-
department.
yeah,
Demon.
so you can go the engineering department, presumably with the point stuff. The
or
point.
Whatever department.
Yeah,
it would be.
go into the engineering department to pick up to enroll and make Lou's body.
Yeah, make a loo.
I've just realised that Lou is becoming the cyber demon from Doom.
Lou's becoming Point Bot Part 2.
The demon mode.
Oh God, is Luke gonna have like a dance mode that he doesn't know about?
Yes.
Maybe.
Certainly. He's gonna have a button on his back that just makes him do the cha-cha slide. Just immediately.
Slide.
Just the Macarena, just in the back.
One thing I love about the
Alright.
Macarena is you can do it to nearly any song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Let's go
shouldn't
ahead
work, but
and-
it does. And it's wrong, but it's so right at the same time.
Probably archive these now. We don't need the destroyed versions of the map. I guess for 3 maps.
Yay.
All right. We'll start with Alvina, and you guys actually need to go to the nest for this.
Yeah, right. It's on the wrong path.
And find out what Zombie
Alright.
wants to do when he comes back.
All right, Alvina and Fukio. Presumably in the morning of the next day after you've had a nice long rest, the party is being able to see most of the ship work's been underway already for the hull upgrades, and apparently your weapons are being constructed with the help of the point, and Zormir kind of directing it along with whatever novice artificers they have in the rebellion headquarters throughout the next couple days.
Oh, there
As
was
you-
also cute little bit with Alvina like hugging Tarragon when they got back as well. It's like, I'm alive,
Yes.
I'm okay.
I promised you would get her back.
Yes, yes.
There she is. I'll leave it to her.
Zormir, since you're back, what scene do you want to queue up? What do you want to do in the couple days that you've got to clean up your business?
I would probably be going to work on the artificery stuff to upgrade my primary weapon to work along with my other things, and if Alvina says that they're trying to go to the dungeon, go along with that.
She's not going yet.
Yeah, that's probably the second round. Cool. I'll put you in with Lou and the point, since that will be in the Academy District anyway, and probably next to the same lab, because that's where they do a lot of the tinkering. They've got massive workshops and stuff there. All right. Then we're starting off with Alvina and Fukyu arriving at the Grove.
Okay.
You are pretty well known at this point, especially among the official members of the rebellion. So you have no problems gaining access to it. You're allowed to freely wander through the forest. They recognize that, hey, you're not secretly some sort of spy or enemy that's going to destroy the place.
We actually helped out, yeah. As well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're not
and
an
they
enemy
also
or spy
remember you
that
from last
destroyed
time.
the place. We might accidentally destroy it anyway, but
But
make
yeah,
sure
you
some
get in
proper-
touch with, I want to say
I
Serena,
think
what the hell?
it was Selena.
something
Believe
like
that was
that.
it.
Let's have a look here. Yeah, Selena couldn't be here with us today. Cool. Quick as not fine. You're able to find Selena, who I think I have described previously.
She's
Half orc with long black hair, light green skin, leather hunting armor, several ear piercings, and a small scar along the side of her chin. I believe she's also got one of the sides of her hair shaved down as well.
Very hot.
Well, what personality did I cover? Like the appearances, I can vaguely remember. It's always the personalities I forget.
She was
Um,
She was slightly tired, not particularly much nonsense, but willing to bear with, I think was what it was.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be a seasoned ranger, effectively. She's quite calm.
Yeah.
If it isn't the saviors of the grove.
Hello.
Here to
Hey.
hunt more giant worms?
Not today.
Yeah, not for the moment. If we find any more. But-
Fair. So what brings you to my humble little grove?
Well, we were told that you were the best person to ask about finding dream dust.
What would you want with green dust? It's quite a dangerous substance.
Yeah. Well, I was told that's how to go to into the primordial dream, was it, or the primal dream?
Primal
The
Dreams.
primal dream.
Yeah.
Primal
The first ever dream. The dream of the elements as they gave sentience.
to get into the primal dream, because I gained this weird. I'm not going to do it at the moment, but I gained this weird elemental power, and
And I want it.
he wants it too, and I want to get better at it.
She raises one of her eyebrows, just looking down at Fukyu. And and you are aware of the risks, right? You're not doing this recklessly. She glances
Of course
back
I
at
am,
Alvina.
yeah.
Either of you?
I did something apparently far more reckless to get it in the first place. So this apparently is the safe way to do it.
Fuck you's just gonna answer yes. Doesn't answer yes to whether he knows the risks or whether he's doing recklessly. It's just a flat yes.
You know the risk, you just don't care.
I see. And I know it probably goes without asking, but I do need to ask its policy. You're not going to sell the collie on the black market?
Not at all.
Looks at Fukyu.
No, I want the
because-
fire.
Yeah, if he sells it, he doesn't get to use it. But we're pretty safe on that one.
I don't suppose you want to use our facilities? They're specially designed with medics on hand in case they need to drag you out.
I mean, we can.
Not that it's
Yeah.
particularly successful. Unfortunately, most people we drag out have already lost their minds to the elements at that point. But occasionally, some people regain their senses.
I mean, we can. If you're allowing, we certainly wouldn't like say against it.
I mean, if it got a comfy chair, I want to sit in the comfy chair.
I see. I don't suppose you're willing to take the required classes to properly mentally prepare yourself going in.
No, I'm already prepared.
Yep, that's what I thought. Normally it takes months of training for this, but I have the suspicion
they're
that
not
you
as good as
do.
me. I'm immortal, you see.
Yep.
Well, hey, you're not technically members of the faction, so not my paperwork.
Not your circus, not your monkeys. We know.
Yeah.
We know the drill.
Well, not your monkey yet. If polymorph comes out, yeah.
Oh yeah,
No,
I
it
can
isn't.
turn into a monkey, but
Big monkey.
You can turn into a small monkey too. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not locked to big.
I can turn into just an ape.
I can
Yeah.
provide the both of you with a pouch each. This will last you for 1 hour deep dive into the primal dream. But you do know that this is a very rare substance. I
Fuck,
would
he's
be able to
already
offer you
opening
more
his
than a
bag.
pouch.
Yeah.
I've not handed it to you. Where the hell did you? I don't even have this on my person.
Look, I've learned not to question him. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, so you'd only get the one try at this, and I wouldn't be able to offer you any more.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon. This is a rationed substance. It's actually quite difficult to get there. If you are able and do find any powderized dream crystals while in the dreamscape, occasionally large primal creatures crush them in their awakening. And it's the easiest way to resource them than having to mine them ourselves, which takes a lot of time and generally wastes more dream dust than it saves.
Okay.
But if you happen to find some already pre-crushed ones and you're able to bring them back with you, that's how most of our more experienced travelers return time after time. They have to make sure they get their next ticket while they're that time.
Okay, that makes sense. Good to know it's
Fuck you, sat there trying to
definitely
figure out
I'll,
how.
I'll look at it to go memorize. That's what it looks like, essentially.
Yeah. Fuck you's trying to figure out how you bring something back from a dream.
You hold on to it.
Very much you hold on to it.
That's how it worked. That's how it worked in not Friday the 13th, the other one. Freddy Krueger,
Yeah. Nightmare. Yeah.
Elm Street. That was it.
All right, well, follow me then. You can come to one of the lodges.
Oh, I'll definitely brought the map if you're okay with it, Zoma, because she told everyone where she was going. So. Yeah, I'm following.
But she takes you. She takes you to what appears to be a more excluded area off the grove. There's a heavier tree line that blocks it from view from the rest of the more sparsely populated tree. And as you enter, you can see that there's several lodges kind of set up in a semicircular position, with what looks to be some more like medically. What would a medic druid look like? A more like heavily supplied herbalist druids sitting around.
You probably have some sort of like a bit of like a symbol go medic, essentially. This is
Similar to a Red Cross, but not a Red Cross for Geneva Convention purposes.
a Geneva Convention. It might be a cross in like. It might be a cross in like flowers or something.
It'd probably still be Medici symbol because she's still. Would it be Medici symbol? Because they have cast off a lot of their god symbology here. It'd probably be a berry. Would be the second most heavily associated one because
Like
good berry is what. Good berry is actually what they use to produce healing potions.
That makes sense.
Yep.
It'd be like a sprig of good berry.
Yeah, it still grows naturally. It's just that the spell Goodberry basically forces it to grow from like an old twine.
Yeah.
At least that's my interpretation
As
of
I
it.
always thought, it just sprouts it. It's druid magic. So.
Yeah, it just accelerates the growth off a Goodberry branch.
Yeah.
But Selena kind of walks up to them and basically just purveys the information they use to our novices looking to do a dream, and that they're to monitor you. This is while she recognizes an unusual case, she basically is giving them permission and telling them that you have her permission to use as much of the resources or like assistance and help as you can, and also to waive a lot of the safety precautions that are normally in place.
Oh, so you're going into the dream, are you, fellas? Good luck. I'll try and not let you die, but if
No promises.
no promises.
No promises. You enter into one of well, first of all, are you entering the same lodge? There's no reason against it or for it. It just depends. If you want to have separate places to fall asleep unconscious if you don't trust the other person. Personally, I don't think I'd trust my unconscious body near Fukyu. I'd wake up without my organs.
I don't think either. I think either of us wouldn't mind. Does it work? Because I think my one is I don't have to do the ritual. I can just. But can I bring someone in? Or is it
Oh yeah, you probably you would need to be with them to bring them in. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's my thought. Because you don't have to do the ritual if I do it, basically. It's fine. I know that fuck you can't mug me because I'm the one taking it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anyone was safe sleeping near fuck you, it's Alvina.
It's
Probably,
Alvina.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Everybody else wakes up in a bath of ice.
That and Alvina's got auto defense.
I do have auto defense. Actually, I have 2 separate instances of auto defense.
You go near Alvina, you're most likely to get a punch or a kick.
Yeah. And Alvina's probably the only one in the party that probably could easily take down fuck you.
But not kill.
But yes, you begin the procedure of taking the dream dust. You can see that
Alvina's also going to do the same thing that she did last time. Is it required? No, but it worked last time. She's going to eat the entire bag of red Arcanite because that's how she did it last time as well.
That's fair. You do so. They set on some very lovely. They actually ask you which of the elements are you attuned to?
Fire.
Fire. Okay. They take out what appears to be some sort of stone that seems to have just some glyphs written into it, and as they kind of lay it down on this little podium, it begins giving off the sound of crackling fire in the logs.
I approve.
And as they do so, they take out some incense and put it what appears to be red tipped and light it, and you get this smoky smell of ash and burntness throughout the room, and you just feel they're setting up an ambience to more bring you into that attunement and alignment with your chosen element.
Also, I bet Alvina's thinking, oh, reminds me of the parties back home. Nostalgic. Just fire.
Yep. Those Fantasian
Little girl.
fires. I once had a player throw themselves into the fire because it's what was expected of elves.
Yeah, I remember you saying. That's like commonplace as well.
It's how you show that you're truly one with spontaneity.
Yeah.
You jump into the flames of the Summer Queen's fire parties.
That's how I lost my own.
Good times.
Yeah, Fantasian elves, they live to 900. They just don't tend to live that long.
Yoda.
There's a reason it's the gap entry. You get to experience the world before throwing yourself into a bonfire.
But you both inhale the dust, and as you relax and start to go to sleep, Alvina, you project your mind out, and you both find yourself in this blank, emptiest plane. It's almost as if you are in darkness, but you have this vague awareness around you where nothing currently exists, but you can feel the acknowledgement of the other person in the vicinity near you, even though there's no tangible sight or touch or anything. And you both kind of sense each other, and you can also sense what your conscious minds are projecting to each other. Because you can talk to each other. Yeah, it's a dream. Alvina, how do you imagine the door to the primal dream looking?
I think Alvina probably would imagine it as like a big, like kind of looking like a fortress gate. Actually, has anyone here seen Jackie Chan Adventures?
Yes.
Yeah.
The demon portals that they had, but a red portal, like red fiery, and it's much more fiery. But basically one of those like big gates
Okay.
with like a swirling just vortex of flame basically in the middle. Is how she imagines it.
Okay. That makes sense.
All right. As you conjure this image in your head, you see it's there, and Fuku, you can also see this, and through it you can see what appears to be a swept landscape of short orange grass. It almost looks like the aftermath of a wildfire. You can feel the lingering smoke still in the air. What do the two of you do?
I think Alvina definitely would take in this. Even if it doesn't work, she'd take in just a big deep breath.
You do so. You get the idea of a breath.
Yeah.
Watching Alvina do it, he's probably like, okay, is that what we're supposed to do? And do the same.
I remember getting told what to do. I don't remember. The player doesn't remember, because this was months ago. But Alvina to get a basic rundown of roughly what to do.
In terms that, do you want to go in through the gate and into the primal realm?
Yes.
But it's mostly just getting in tune with the elements themselves and effectively bartering and forming a relationship with them.
Yeah, she's gonna be. She's gonna put herself in the same mindset that she was when she ate the primal fire. I think that would be what she'd do. Like just the like making her emotions just go a bit like haywire in the right kind of way that she did previously.
You're aware that from the maps themselves, the primal dream is kind of broken up into this very fugue floating land masses of the various elements, and eventually goes deeper down. And as you climb down, you get to more almost wild imagery of the element in question, and what it is they dream of. Currently, you're on what appears to be the first layer of the primal dream, which is only the whispering of the element. Here you can kind of hear the lingering thoughts of fire, the dream of having swept the land clean of vegetation, but still leaving just enough to come back in the future to burn it again. It's also the least populated of elements. But effectively, in your dream, you go off on a very lovely Lord of the Rings. I'm going to need you to go over mountains and down through fields. If you want to do some frolicking, that's up to you.
I think fuck you can if you want, but Alvin definitely would. She likes it here. It's
Dancing
warm.
with the flame.
I imagine everywhere is really cold. Like I imagine everywhere feels a bit chilly to Alvina because she grew up in the heat section of Fantasia. Like, oh, it's like back home. It's nice and warm. It'd be melting, a lot of people probably, but it's like, oh, it's toasty.
Fuck you is reminiscent of when he aged, just looking very melty.
Yeah.
You were on death's door when you aged.
Yeah, but he was.
Yeah. Have you ever been
Melting.
on a walk when it was really, really hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be exhausting probably. But Alvin
Well,
is-
you- while you descend into the dreamscape, we'll come back to you, but effectively a lot of it is very spirit visit.
Yeah.
Also, time stretches in here, so while you only technically have an hour, you feel like you've been walking and exploring for days.
Mhm.
But we'll come back to you when you first come across the first interesting thing deeper down into the dream.
Yeah.
Let's go to Gwent. Gwent, what are you up to?
Going to go apologize to poor Fabio.
Yep.
You find him.
I've asked you to send my apologies too, because I feel bad about it as well, because you told me in confidence and I didn't rat him out.
But you find him taking, dealing. I don't know. No, dealing with the morning breakfast rush. Catering. That's the word I was looking for. Catering to the morning breakfast crowd. There's some very nice salads going around. Fresh fruits from his garden. Some very lovely fresh herbs. How do you approach? Do you grab his attention when he's not looking? Do you kind of like stand off to the side until he notices you?
Nope, hanging outside like a creep until the breakfast rush dies down. Just real
From
creepy
afar.
vibes.
Stalker vibes, got it.
I'm staying
Yeah.
aloof.
Oh, you do so. Eventually, a couple hours passes. It gets just after as it starts clearing out. And eventually there's a lull in the activity where there's maybe like one or two people exploring around, but it's still very vacant. Fabio's gone inside and it appears to be starting his rotation of watering and caring for the plants. What would you like to do?
I'm going to walk up in the most apologetic way you can, like kind of with a weird horse trot. Just
Head down.
make sure he can hear me coming from a distance, so if he chooses to walk away, I can accept it and then turn away.
You do so. You kind of notice him like pick up his ears, acknowledging the sound, but not deciding to turn or leave. Just continuing with the task as if he hadn't heard.
It would have been better if he just walked away. Okay. Okay. Hey, Fabio.
Without
I
turning
want-
to you, still watering. Gwent?
You might know.
I need to apologize to you and show you something. In that order, unfortunately.
Well, I'm listening. Still not turning around, just continuing to like on his chores of watering the plants.
I'm aware there were some circumstances that I couldn't control because we were thrown into the future against a time dragon, but I understand that I still betrayed your trust. So I'm here to show you something, and then I want you to come with me to find some kind of magic user so they can wipe my memory. So I can't do this again.
He stops and looks at you, kind of narrowing his eyes at you, trying to glean what you mean. Alright, show me what you have.
I'm going to make sure nobody's around looking, and then I'm going to pull out the 3 years away flower.
You seem kind of staring at it, expressionless. He doesn't seem surprised, but he's also not reacting.
I got this from me 10 years down the line, which sounds bonkers, and yet time dragon.
And why are you showing me this?
I want you to take it. I want you to take it, put it with the other, and then we're going to go, and I will forget all about you.
I see. You hate me that much, do you?
I think we both know I don't. I cannot betray you again. And I will not.
I see. And if our roles were reversed, you'd feel the same way. Is that what I am to glean?
Unfortunately, I think I'd forgive you, so... I don't
Why
know
would
what
you
that
do
says about
something
me.
like that? After I would have betrayed you, why would you forgive me?
Because I don't deserve it.
Would I have deserved it?
You deserve everything, so...
No, but tell me,
Let me do
why
this.
why is the verdict different? What is it about what I hypothetically did that you would have forgiven?
I would have forgiven everything for you. I would have.
You do not think I would have betrayed you? Would you not
I
count it
wouldn't
as
care.
betrayal?
I
Why?
wouldn't care. You can't betray things that don't matter.
Ah. Well, it's good to see we are aligned on this issue. Unfortunately, we now have a bigger problem, Gwent.
I have money to pay for the magic person,
No,
so it shouldn't be that much of an issue.
See, unfortunately, I was under the impression that you were somewhat intelligent.
I just shrug. Not really.
Ah, no, yes, I'll have to reevaluate my expectations of you, because apparently you're a fucking idiot.
Fabio swore.
I
So to clarify,
I
you
would
think
say-
so little of me that you think I would hold a grudge because you went to the future with a fucking time dragon and there were mitigating circumstances for why you must reveal. What were these mitigating circumstances? Tell me the whole story. Or at least the parts that matter.
Okay, we got dragged to the future. I was aged 93 years, eaten by a dragon. Bastion was blown up by stuff that happened that I'm pretty sure if I talked about, people would kill me. We came back. I thought of using the flower because you weren't here and hundreds of years in the future. We came back. Unfortunately, one of Avena's silly little party of people that she seems to attract got hit with something, and I chose to use it then when I should have just kept it quiet to myself, and I
you're
didn't.
right.
And then the point came and fucking dicked me, because that's what the point does.
You're absolutely right. Gwent, you know me so well. I definitely care more about you saving, telling people my secret than saving someone's life. You're right, you've really summed up who I am.
Oh God,
So
please,
self-absorbed.
just take the apology.
What apology? You
Let
don't
me
even know
fix
what you're apologizing for. You're apologizing because you saved someone's life.
I
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm doing. I pass him the plant and and I just walk away.
Or you can. He reaches out and places his hand on your face.
Oh God.
I beat his hand off.
Wow. It's not Alvina. It's not Alvina.
Gwent. It's okay to be hurt. It's also okay to let your heart open again. If you need time, well, you know where my shop is. Come find me when you're ready to love.
I kiss him on the cheek and I run out as fast as I can.
blushing profusely and holding back.
Potentially through a window, whichever's in the straightest direction.
And that's what the apology's for. Breaking the window.
Smashing a window in the green herb.
That one, though, I will not forgive.
It costs so much. I haven't specially built.
That was very cute.
Yeah.
And I leg it until I make it to, I think it was the bar we went to before.
It was
Where Gwen got very drunk.
The orange
Yeah.
bar, which is like in here.
Yeah.
It's in the headquarters.
Yeah,
I'm
to be fair,
heading
you
to
have
a
access to
bar.
headquarters.
Well, I could just imagine like the security guards look at him, blushing, covering your head in the hands, and just sprints past, and they go, "I'm not going to ask.
Yeah.
He's allowed in. Not going to question it."
Good question.
I'm
Alright.
just going to see at the bar if Jack is there and say, Jack, drinks, please. Now, me, you, do it.
I feel like Jack is always there. At least until he heads out again. Did we recruit Jack yet? Is Jack going?
No, I think
Who's Jack
Jack's
again?
going back to the swamp. He's one of the Black Grove guards.
Oh, no, I think he was coming with, wasn't he?
No, he was looking for recruits to come with him back to the
Oh,
Black
that was
Rose
it.
Guard.
And we
That's
said we...
it.
And actually, no, yeah, you specifically said, I'm not going to bring this up to someone because you
There we go.
did what Alvina just adopting evil, actively evil dragon.
He's a contact NPC for when you do eventually go to the swamps, because I just assume eventually you'll go
We
to
will.
the swamps.
Alvina will find out eventually.
So
She
I'm
knows
gonna
about the swamp, she doesn't know the need for going there yet.
I'm gonna sit next to him. I'm gonna pull out my 5,000 gold, give it to him, and go for the cause. Now, shut up and drink. I need a drink, please.
Looks like you stand and orders drinks.
5 grand. Gwen just slapped down 5 grand.
Yep.
Beer!
It's
Beer
like-
to get hammered!
Yep.
Yeah, ham.
Beer. No talking. Thank you. Be gentle to
for-
me.
For anybody watching, do not use alcohol to solve your problems of things like this. If you also drink 5 grand worth of alcohol in one sitting, I'm pretty sure you will die. So don't.
Oh no. The 5 grand is for the guards. They needed money. Like the
Still.
drinking is for me.
Yeah.
And I'm getting pissed.
With that, we move on to Lou, the Point, and Zormir over in. I just realized you would have been in Shadow Cove. Did you run all the way from Shadow Cove to the? That's like an hour run for you.
I honestly
So
think
there are,
that's
there are
He was running up and down on the train.
nervously sweating on the train. I look like somebody going to
That's
bomb
funny.
the train. Sweaty, nervous looking. The exact person security guards look at. And I go, huh, that guy.
They're literally going, he must be, but we know who he is. They'll have scanned you at some point while you're not looking to see if you're a shapeshifter. They find out you're not. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess he's
Oh,
fine.
he's just a sweaty horse guy. Okay.
Yeah, I guess he's alright.
So, if you were trying to infiltrate this place, why would you go as a centaur?
Why would you pick a centaur? You'd never expect it. To be honest, why would you pick me?
What do you expect a centaur?
Actually, yeah, of our party, the one you'd pick would be Lou.
Yeah.
There,
He's not
Who
here.
doesn't? Yeah, who doesn't clear a body? Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not here. There's no alibi for him.
there's just
Stealth.
whenever they scan us, there's just a pop-up saying they're okay. Maybe a
ask.
bit
It just says-
disruptive, but don't ask.
Approved. Don't ask.
Approved.
enough.
Go somewhere else for your own safety.
No, that only happens when Alvina will fuck you.
But yes, as we go over to Stolen Fort, the lovely campus.
He is very pretty.
It is very pretty. I think I got the proportions very nicely for how like spread out everything is, but still quite busy.
Also, this part here reminds me so much of I can't remember the name of it, but the center of the Draenei city in WoW,
Oh yeah.
big crystal pillar. It just reminds me of that. It's like, oh, that was just nice. I love it.
I can't remember it. Dalaran.
Dalaran, that was it. I was I can't remember.
I was thinking Alderaan. No, that's Star Wars.
But yes, you get the train here. Eventually, make your way over to what is effectively the R&D building on the campus, with a lot of the very limited artificery, but they also experiment with a lot of other things as well in technology, psionic research, a lot of primordial items. They get a lot of salvage in here to try and backwards engineer what the three factions have done, as well as any Monstro Guild stuff they can get hold of.
Mm-hmm.
But you're able to, more importantly, the point's able to grab all of their lecture schedules and notes whenever you find a. I'm trying to think how that works, because there is a rate limit on distance. You'll be able to get sent lecture materials to you. They'll give you a special. It's not quite teleportation. It's almost like a sending stone, but for scribes. There's like a written version of it.
A fax machine. It's a magical fax machine.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what that is? Effectively, what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you a magical fax machine, so you will get copies of your notes. But do note it will only work while you're in the same hex as Salvos.
Okay.
Fairly short range.
Yeah, so there's short range because of the planar shattering. A lot of distance-based spells don't work that well. Anything that is on this plane is limited to on this hex.
Fair.
Makes sense.
But you're able to pick up all your stuff and get a rough idea of what the kind of scheduling is for your classes. This will be nebulous, and you can pull this out your ass in the future whenever you need it.
Good.
Effectively, I'll just give you advantage on particular subjects.
Yeah.
If you roll high, it's because you just covered that in class last week.
Nice. I'm at the Open University.
If you nat 20, it literally, you were doing a paper on it this morning.
Yep, because unfortunately, I only do full academic stuff when I'm doing the academic campaign. I'm not doing it for just one little bit. But hey, I have actually done a back-to-school campaign in Arcane Academy in Akaba.
So I do full academic stuff at my day job, so I'm fine.
What, you say you don't want me to send you homework?
No, I'm good.
Like, I'm gonna need you to tell me the most common Arcanite to use in this situation.
I
Black.
didn't do homework
No,
when I
white.
was
It's
in
always white.
school, let alone not.
The answer is platinum. Actually, it's always platinum because you just break the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, this is always platinum. They go, damn it, he's technically correct.
It's technically correct. I hate this
The
one
best
cheat.
kind of correct.
But eventually you are directed towards the largest of the workshops where the more tenured students, as well as the two prominent professor gnomes you've previously met, since you were going for the golem one, they actually have a lab here. They sponsor one of the labs because it means they get, dibs on the top talent.
Yeah.
I can't remember it was in two gnomes. I can't remember their names. What the hell were their names?
Professor 1 and Professor 2. I can't remember them either.
I don't remember
brothers,
those names.
And then, yeah, these two were siblings.
But I'll find them in a little bit. But you're able to get to their lab and actually get an audience with them as you begin pitching your plan for Lou. What would you like to say?
So, long story short, my friend's soul is stuck in this thing.
And you.
And me. I would like him to not be in here so I can have privacy. And for that, we need to make some sort of vessel for his consciousness to inhabit.
Preferably with arms and legs.
Preferably at least one arm and leg. Maybe a wheel.
Willing to haggle for one.
So I have experience building the basic body setup. It's the consciousness holding bits that's going to be difficult.
They're both just kind of staring at you. How much of the mind do you want to keep intact?
Ask Lou. Ask clear.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Nope.
Anything you want to forget?
You?
Nope. He can speak through me,
yeah,
so I'll let
yeah.
him talk to you about that.
Are there any childhood traumas you want to forget when getting transferred to your new body?
George, completely forget about elder control.
Yes.
Why am I getting attacked by these assassins? I don't know.
How
Actually,
much
that'd
of
be
your
great,
mind
I
you want
don't know.
intact?
But that's another.
That's another what?
We may never know.
I have a feeling you're not speaking loud enough to trigger your
Yeah,
mic.
I think you're not speaking loud enough, buddy.
I said look, there is something I would like to forget, but that's
Okay, so something you won't bring up immediately, basically.
I don't think it's pertinent.
Okay.
But yeah, I would ask to forget the night where I became. But I got my warlock.
I mean, I think what Chris is asking is not do you want to like forget
Specifics.
stuff? It's more, do you want to still be able to be conscious, or do you just want this to be a mindless thing? How much of your brain do you want transferred to this thing? Like physical amount of your brain?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
It's also just a shitpost answer.
Yeah.
Question.
Same consciousness.
I was sorry, I got distracted. I actually finally found their name. I had to look through some notes. It's
Okay.
William Alpha Feather and William Zach Feather,
Yeah,
Oh, the feathers, yeah.
representative of Feather Inc. See, I keep doing notes. There's just bullet pointed lists I have to search for.
Literally, it's like, this is somewhere.
Got that. And you say this mind is trapped inside this prism, this pyramid-shaped thing. What is it? Where did you find it?
Well,
In a crate in the future.
Come on, speak
Yeah.
up. Tell us the details. Yes. Do you think that we're just going to construct a body for you if you hold information back to us? This is an exchange, after all. Yes. Now tell us.
I'm just trying to remember if I actually know. Because I
Hurry up,
found it.
whippersnapper. Why are you taking so long? Stop staring.
Found
Luke,
it in
you
a
explain.
safe in the future.
Yeah, found in a safe in the future. He went into safe. This came out.
Now, this Lou isn't a ghost haunting you, right? You say that they...
No,
Yeah,
there's a
you did-
whole like extra-dimensional space inside this puzzle box.
Did he meet the guy?
Oh.
Did they meet him?
Filled with like puzzles, yeah.
Lou?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think Luke
You know
knows.
that
It was
horn
Fuku and
guy?
They've actually never met them. It was Zbot and Fukyu that went with the point
Yeah.
to
There's
meet.
a video that I watched,
That was okay. I could not
Yes.
remember. I thought you were.
but I didn't know the sort of password. Well, the answer to the Reddit.
Yeah.
Mm,
That I know as a player, I'm just trying to work out how much the point would know.
Let us speak with this Lou. Is this Lou in the room with us now?
it's in his body.
Body check. The body
Yeah,
check.
I would have just let you take over.
Hello, can you hear us?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, it's very strange. Your voice is coming in intermittently.
There
It's almost like an
Outside.
echoing quality.
That's
Hi.
because I keep
I can
taking
hear
over.
you.
Yeah.
you go. Go on.
I can hear you, and yes.
And can you
there's
see
a
us?
Slight accent. Yes. Yes.
Can you lift
all
the
way down
arm?
there. I lift my arm.
Oh, this is fascinating. What do you think? It's some sort of possession? But they said they're in a dimensional plane. Are you aware of your own body?
I'm aware I don't have it anymore.
Right,
Currently.
but you are
It's a
currently
temporary thing.
when you are not possessing what was the student's name? I think it
Dot.
was
The
the
dot.
Dot. Yes. When you are not possessing the Dot, where is your consciousness?
In a little puzzle box.
Yes, and when you look around, do you see things in the puzzle box?
No, it's just darkness. I see nothing.
Don't you see stairs?
Yeah,
No,
to
there is
clarify,
no-
you are in like a maze-like pyramid structure when you're not possessing the
Let's see
point.
if I can find a picture.
You're
of
in
the
an
inside of
empty
the
Escher
puzzle, 'cause
painting.
I believe it's just that.
It's just that.
I'm in a labyrinth.
Oh, I see, I see. You don't think? Oh, I bet that was just an urban legend. Do by any chance you know what the Alterra trading card game is?
Oh, this isn't an exact picture, but it's pretty much that. Like, it's a different thing, it's the same kind of concept as that, is what I think you see.
Oh, the MC Escher.
Yeah. I couldn't find one instantly in Impossible, but that's pretty close.
Stay there. We think we have it in where is that confiscated tome of ridiculous legends? They just
Manual.
walk off and like pull a drawer. You could just from like anyone who's glancing, you just see a wide variety of the most ridiculous, complicated items. There's half-baked contraptions, scrolled up pieces of paper. Eventually, they dig out this tome that just has
Making
this.
mental note. See if I can get some of that later.
Guarantee in there is the stick with only one.
They flip through it and you kind of see pages about the wild trip beyond the rainbow wall, or how to summon 1,000 fiends, what is a demon, wild unbelievable stuff like that. Eventually they skip to a page titled the Alterra Trading Card Game. Okay. So if I remember my lore from back in my student days, there is an urban legend that apparently throughout the cosmos there are metaphysical objects known as trading cards that represent individuals in the cosmos. Oh yes, apparently the Radiant Empire actually has an entire subdivision whose job is to hunt down them. Normally they get enshrined in these golden statues. It's quite a bizarre phenomenon. We've never gotten confirmation that they are valid. We also assumed it was misinformation from the Empire. Yes, but the Empire is not only known for its misinformation.
Hunting them for what?
Oh well, for information. The cards tell you all of the distilled, I think they call them stats of a creature. Normally they are cards that denote legendary figures. Some of them, or most of them, actually denote high-ranking individuals in the other factions. I mean, if you could find a card that told you all the weaknesses of the God of Carnage, wouldn't you go looking for it? Or more importantly, wouldn't they want no one to have it? Yes.
Yes, I would imagine so. Sounds like a very dangerous card to have.
Oh yes, there's a subnote in this urban legend that particularly caught our interest, though. Apparently these cards were originally created by the god Gambit, and he constructed several
I actually know
items.
him.
What do you mean you know him? Gambit's dead with the other gods, devoured, eaten into the mad ones. Don't interrupt. I'm talking. Don't.
I apologize.
Look, if you're just going to make up wild fibs, then you're not welcome here. But apparently he made several items for what he dubbed to be the ultimate card collectors, and one of them is a prism that can be used when unlocked to locate nearby cards. And he just kind of holds up, like, there's a little image sketch drawn in the bottom corner that looks like the pyramid. Oh, it definitely looks the same. Where did you say you got this again?
At the pyramids.
Just age in the future.
Yes, yes. Where? How did you become trapped in the pyramid?
You pulled a card, didn't you?
It involved time dragons. Me and my friends.
Did you
Got
find it in a
sent
safe
to the
somewhere?
future.
Did you? I don't need the whole story.
It was in a big vault.
You pulled a card from the deck of many things is what you did.
Yeah, let's get to that.
If you want to tell them that.
Look, I don't think they
I
care about
was-
the irrelevant details.
I'd accidentally set off some kind of trap. I think it might have been a trap.
Okay, okay. And this trap had the pyramid?
Sphere of Annihilation was coming at me.
Ah, so the sphere had the pyramid.
I think so. It was all happening so fast, and when a Sphere of Annihilation is coming at you,
You forget details.
you're thinking a million miles an hour.
You just don't want to tell them about the deck.
Yeah,
now,
you
do
don't want to tell them about the cards.
They both like take hold of the point's body and start viciously shaking it. Get to the point already!
I resorted to desperate measures.
Oh, and these desperate
f-
what the hell does that even mean? How do desperate measures have the thing? Oh, what was the relevancy of the past information?
A friend gave me a little deck of cards, about 13 in the deck.
Okay, okay, we're getting some. This seems more relevant to the fact that you're trapped in some sort of card seeker pyramid.
It did a lot of things, potentially.
It pissed something off, made you worse at everything.
Alright, alright.
Trapped you in a box.
And somehow these cards relate to the pyramid. Okay, so
One
it
of them
does.
was.
Okay, so one of the cards had the pyramids. Right, we're getting somewhere now. Okay, this
Yes.
does seem to corroborate the evidence we have that this is the card seeker's pyramid.
If that's what it says in there, I'm not 100% sure what it's called.
Oh yes, that's what it says and that's what it's called in the book. Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of this.
Are you able to help?
Oh God, no! We don't know anything about this. This is an urban myth. Oh, we just wanted to know. You want a body?
That would be very helpful, thank you.
All right. Well, it sounds like your soul is trapped in some sort of soul cage. But it seems that the soul cage allows you to interact with whatever soul you've attached to. That might be problematic because we don't know if you need to attach to a fellow soul, if you can actually attach to a blank vessel or vessel. Oh yeah. But hey, we're willing to put your life on the line to risk it and to experiment. So yeah, let's get started, shall we?
Losing is your life, and that's a risk we're willing to take.
That's the life we're willing to take.
It's a risk Lou's willing to take.
Hey, my body isn't that bad.
He doesn't like being
Now,
That had nothing to do with that.
since we don't really have any incentive to give you a good body, and we mostly just want to check if you can attune to something about a soul, we probably have some old student projects we could let you borrow. You're fine with a bit of rust, right?
We can pay for.
Yeah, I mean, if it's surface rust. Like
If
it's
it's only
buffed off.
surface. Point is
That-
going, we can get you a good one, dude.
Yeah, we can pay for something slightly better, or I'm a dab hand. Once the key things are in, I can upgrade.
Look here, Sunny Boy. We're fine for sponsoring your entrance to this university, and we hope to see big dividends from you in the future. But don't get ahead of yourself. You just joined. You're not as good as us.
Oh no, anything you make would be better, but
Yeah, here we are. You're potentially trying to barter for a Feather Ink original And you're talking about modifying our work? Yeah, listen here, kiddo. We will give you a body on one condition. If you go and tinker with our perfection, then we'll get the lawyers involved.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're all dead.
I would only tinker if you gave us some old student project. If you made it yourself, over.
Oh, doesn't need it. Doesn't need it then.
Alright. Yes, just so long as you understand.
Call them out
Yes.
on their pride. Call them out on their pride.
Yep. So, and if anything should go wrong, we can bring it back to you for fixing, I presume.
Alright, well, let's see. It's a standard, it's
The
effectively just a
warranty.
standard magic item. I guess we only really need 4 things. First of all, what do you want the base frame to be made out of?
Nope.
What are my options?
Well, I imagine this
Materials.
is what, effectively a golem situation? It depends how much money you're willing to spend. You know, we can give you a nice little... I mean, we don't really do flesh, it's a bit too morbid, it'll decay too quickly.
Fucky
Yes,
does have
that's...
some obsidian iron ingots still, if you want to keep the 5 resistance.
We do have a lot of them actually. We can provide obsidian
these
iron.
massive-
It's actually a good shout.
Wait, I still have my acid resistance, and that was a boon.
Yeah, you'd
yeah,
keep that. That's
You,
like
you keep
tied
it
to
as a
yourself.
boon. You'd gain poison resistance because Warforged.
Yeah.
I have some.
Also, you don't need to sleep.
Yeah.
I said
Immune
that
to
earlier.
disease. You're immune to disease and magical sleep.
Hmm.
I have some obsidian iron ingots. If
You
that's-
have obsidian iron ingots? Why do you have obsidian iron ingots? Well, this is much peculiar.
Elf stole them.
My friends and I acquired them.
Wait, acquired them where?
Platform.
Yeah,
Never you
why?
mind.
I go.
Yeah,
Somebody
Zomir
was
is still.
killing us
Yeah,
to leave them behind.
Yeah, Zomir is here.
Zomir is
there,
there. You can chime in.
Yeah, I assume Zorba is already just like peeking around every one of these projects being made and just while still listening in.
He's noting it all down.
Never you mind where we got obsidian iron.
It's already said I.
Give me
We've
a
got
deception
radiant-
check.
We've got radiant iron as well.
We do have the celestial iron.
Mhm.
Oh, you mean radiant steel? Okay.
Radiant
Yeah,
steel.
radiant steel, obsidian iron, and we've got a lot.
Some twisted silver.
We've got a lot of twisted silvers.
Oh, an entire body made out of twisted silver. Oh god.
You are immune to look. You are immune,
Immune to
element control.
thoughts.
You're immune to control.
It would be image control. Oh, Twisted Silver is probably a good one actually for
Yeah,
your backstory.
specifically Lou, that would be great.
All right, they're fascinated. Lou, would you like a obsidian iron body? I assume it has advantages in terms of AC. I don't know. Are there different types of Warforged? I remember there being some homebrew subclass ones.
They used to be.
Or some races.
Envoy, Juggernaut, and Skirmisher.
Or
Envoy is. Oh, these are the Unearthed Arcana ones. That's probably doable.
yeah, that's the ones I was thinking of. 'Cause I remember seeing them and they're
doesn't
quite
really
cool.
know much about Warforged.
The
that's fair.
Envoy one gives you skills, tools, and an extra language. And you get a free built-in tool. Juggernaut is the fighty one.
Mhm.
You get to basically punch harder, and you basically get the same thing that
Yeah, here's
Alvina
some-
has, where she can count the size large for picking things up. Skirmisher makes you quicker.
Yeah, I think
And
they
I
might have
think
done
they
away
makes you
with
up.
those.
They have. That's what I'm saying. Specifically, is Unearthed Arcana. This.
Yeah.
But if you want to base the different metals on those are what they
Yeah,
It
'cause
would
I
have
think it's be cool.
Yeah.
You wouldn't gain all of the benefits because you've already done your stats and stuff. But you
Yes.
gain stuff like Iron Fist. If you went with like the
Iron.
Obsidian Iron, you could be like a Juggernaut, and that would give you like it just gives me a rough idea of what kind of benefits to give you with your body.
It'd be like
Um,
Iron Fist and maybe some fire resistance or something like that.
You
we
went
have-
with yeah, Bob.
I have 9 Emberlock alloy.
Ooh, you have Emberlock alloy.
Fancy stuff.
That's
Yeah.
crazy stuff.
I got. And
like
how
the-
much do you have of the obsidian iron? I've
Um,
got 9 Emberlock. I've got 6 radiant steel,
Just seconds.
and
I'll
I don't
check.
know how much you've got a twisted.
Twisted
Silver.
silver. I have a bunch of chains left.
I didn't put a number down. I've just said obsidian iron ingots.
Yeah, I think
Right.
we got an entire crate.
Wasn't it just a case?
We got a crate full. Yeah, we just
Yeah.
nicked a lot is the obsidian iron, basically.
Well, you could put some emberlock plates on as a sort of outer shell. The base would be made out of the obsidian iron and twisted silver for his like head casing or something to give him the resistance to psychic.
I'd probably only give you the benefits of one metal.
Yeah.
I don't
I'd say
really
the-
like doing hybrid things.
Yeah, I'd say the twisted silver one would be most thematically appropriate for Lou because he doesn't want. I imagine he wouldn't want to be fucked with by control
So,
anymore.
Just a normal
Help
steel.
against those.
A normal steel.
No.
Or
Yeah. Well, maybe just make it twisted silver. We've got enough. I imagine it basically take all the chains we've got, but we can make him a body out of that, right?
Yeah.
right.
Which
All
I'm
depends
fine.
on what you
I'm
want
fine.
there, Lou.
Yeah, it's down to what you want.
You may lose your resistance to fire, but you'd gain the resistance to psychic.
That's fine, it's metal.
It's,
All of these have high burning points.
Yeah.
Blow.
Yeah, that, I'm
Lloyd's next
happy
ring.
with that and getting it with the twisted silver.
I will find the twisted silver and basically just knock all of them off. Because I've got them on here somewhere.
Stole the metal off Alvina before I left. Because I figured we're making a body, we need all the metals.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
have offered it because you said you're gonna make a body out of something. So it's like, oh, you can take those. I imagine you want them. not using
If
them right
you if you throw in a little bit of the Emberlock, just like flavor wise, you can keep some of it for Zormir stuff. I'll give you Terminator 2 stuff.
Alright.
Cool. Oh yes.
How many?
The whole point of Emberlock is it's shifting and
It's
supposed to be.
So shall I knock? 1 or 2?
Yeah,
much?
just enough to like add a small coat that Luke effectively create. Like, they won't be able to change their entire body shape, but they'll be able to, particularly on their hands, slightly shift it. Luke, I put down effectively the 3 options for a body type you now have, as you're getting a.
Yeah, I've just started to read it. Thanks.
You're gonna effectively get a Paragon race.
Couple gauntlet.
Heavy
Couple.
extras related to strong metal.
Yeah, I think twisted silver would be the best.
I'll knock 2
It's
bars.
the most appropriate. I've
Off the
marked
envelope.
off all my twisted silver. I've just gone done.
I've
And yeah,
knocked.
literally, I've got crate of obsidian iron ingots. Is what I've just written it down as. So
I mean, not for nothing as well. Big, shiny new cult leader. Oh, we're going to bring in so many more people.
he's gonna look. He's gonna look like T1000 looking.
Cult
Yeah,
Bot
it's gonna be great.
3000.
Actually, I'm
Join
gonna.
the cult of the silver.
I'm knocking another one off because I think Emberlock horns.
He can make his. He can style his horns.
Yes.
Yes.
Just for the aesthetics, because I think that'd be
It's
fucking
cool.
awesome.
It's cool.
You're going to have to make a new token.
Yep.
There you go. The Emberlock can be separate. Okay, so we're going to Twisted Silver, and I will allow Emberlock just for like 1 or 2 shape-shifting things. I think it says an added on.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
fine
want
with
to.
that just being like aesthetics.
No.
No benefits other than looks cool.
Yeah, so you can like slightly shift the outer edges of like your horns and things. Zormir was there's something particular you wanted to come here for, right?
Yeah.
Let's do that, and then we'll wrap up with that. And we'll do the next round next week.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to. Instead of using the bead of platinum to basically subvert the different controls for what damage type I use, actually do it out of that some Arcanite, and then use the bead to twist in my ability to the Thunder Gauntlet thing, which basically allows me to make enemies have less chance. Well, give them disadvantage.
on you.
Anyone against me. I'm not sure if it'd add in the thunder damage to the overall damage as well or not.
I potentially could. We could work like
Mm.
sneak attack. You just have like two. What is it? Like a D8 extra thunder damage and whatever your gun rolled.
The thunder damage is a D8 plus
Plus
Uh,
strength.
plus strength.
Or int. You'll have higher strength anyway.
One
Yeah,
D8 plus
that's-
4.
That sounds fine. They have a small budget of Arcanite set aside for you anyway from Darkside. Because you're already working here to get the rest of your magic items done, so that's fine. Yeah. Was there anything specific? So you're switching out the platinum bead towards your gauntlets instead.
But,
Um,
and basically making some other form of controlling the actual output of damage through
Yep.
Arcanite.
I'll think about what this is later. So shoot me a message later when I'm doing more bookkeeping stuff. But they'll have something for it. I just don't know what the exact Arcanite would be right now.
You'd
I
be
think it
focusing
would-
for some other stuff probably.
Like
Yeah.
Arcanite circuitry or something, just to give me the overall.
Honestly, it's probably
control.
just a rotating foci.
Mm.
So like instead of switching out the bullets, it'd switch out the Arcanite like lens it uses to power it through. I think that's probably the coolest one.
That would be cool. Oh, it'd be like the have one of those like microscope has. We can switch the different zooms.
Yeah,
well,
you
the-
do that, but for Arcanite lenses.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Whereas, well, the main sort of thing of it was the lens was broken when I got it.
Yeah,
When I
you
got
need
the
a new
gun, that's why it went.
Do you remember what kind of lens we went with?
It's combined with the orange Arcanite to make it focused into a beam rather than into a blade rather than a actual shot. It's vermilion Arcanite. We made a vermilion Arcanite.
Laser.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I just wonder what the original like switching broken part was.
It was the bead of platinum.
No, very, very original because it.
Yeah, I
always-
mean like what initially needed to be repaired. I don't
It
think we
was
ever
the-
came up with.
It was just a damage focus. It would vary because of the crack. It would.
Then yeah, we're able to easily replace that with the new supply of Arcanite. I mean, honestly, you've just been kind of missing a new supply of Arcanite to fix it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the wrong sorts in.
But they actually have access to the pure original Arcanites, so that's no problem.
Yeah.
I just make a different kinds of lenses for the different damage.
Cool.
That was everything I needed to do.
All right, awesome. Then yeah, you get that done. They'll start working on Lou's body, which will also finish up next week. We'll go back to the Dreamscape for Alvina and Fuku next week.
Yep.
And then Gwent can continue drinking.
Give me sloshed. And we'll find Gwent in another cave, meeting a
Yep.
different species of wild monster.
No, Gwent will
No,
just end up with the
Makes the
Yetis
same
as well.
with Yetis.
It's saying
but it's-
Saw me or met.
Which actually was going to be my question of whether or not you wanted to check out the Yeti village, because obviously, when you saved the Yeti, they were on the verge of being wiped out. But your supply of food actually helped them. So you might want to like drop some more food off mysteriously if you want.
Yeah. I want to do. I'll do something to help them, but without actually causing a paradox or any kind of thing that would
Yeah, maybe just leave that bit out this time.
change any of their development.
All right, but with that's going to be the end of the intermission 3. It is an intermission episode, so it's much more relaxed. And then next week we'll effectively finish off like the first half an hour of the intermission and get on to heading to the Starfire, the Fire Star.
Nice
Star.
stuff.
Stop.
God, I need to go finish up the redesign of like a little map for those two.
Everyone's
But your ship is fully equipped and ready to go. I'll do little images for the rest of them and upgrade. You wanted one of the turrets underneath. Where was the second cannon going?
On the bow.
On the front of the ship, just up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll put it like on a little swivel thing as well. I don't think there's any convenient way to draw the underneath one that would be visible.
You can
So-
put some like little mechanism thing in the main room that on that floor, and then it's like that's the place we hop into.
Yeah, on the bottom.
Yeah,
floor.
they're
Ah,
gonna
that's-
have like an extra layer that is just the turret room.
It's
Alright, I'll
basically
do that. I'll put some little firefly lanterns on the top deck, the chemical spotlight, and a cargo crane. Do you have a preference which side of the ship the cargo crane is on? It'll mostly just matter which side you
It'd be
normally
on.
dock
It,
on.
it would usually be on the port side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
on the
left
port
side.
side.
Left side.
But this is a spaceship, so it'd be starboard.
Boo.
Tennis one initiative.
And let's see if we can get into some aerial combat in the next couple sessions. So I want to put this puppy through a dogfight.
Nice.
Alright. For no, I'm probably gonna use similar mechanics to what I do with the helicopter, the Gwent and Gwent mobile. It moves, it continues on its own by itself, but you'll need to use an action to turn it for whoever's helming it.
Mhm.
Yes. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be Zormer. With that, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. Hope you all had fun. Tune in for our next arc. What will it be? I mean, it's gonna be the fire under attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spaceship.
Spaceship arc.
First, you gotta actually get it into the air against anyone who might be
Yeah, I mean,
coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hear there's an angel grove nearby who have flight capabilities.
yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to go and speak to Dr. Doom and Sire about not getting hunted down by the butcher.
Yeah.
Once you've seen the Starfire into orbit and into the atmosphere and taken out any potential low ground flybys to check it out, you can return back to the colony, or any sort of armada or fleet might be also on their way. Who knows? DM definitely doesn't know. Don't know what you're talking about.
By the way, I need the bathroom. Please.
Yeah, thank you all. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.